Hello. That was not what I was trying to do, but we live. We up in here. What's going on, everybody? What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it? Yes, sir. Richard's up in here. How's everyone doing? What's up, Brian? How you doing? Hello, Mr. EG. How you doing? Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wanye. What's up? How you doing? How's it going? How are you all doing tonight? We're gonna have a good night drafting today. We're going to be doing an underdog draft first, maybe two underdog drafts. Then we're definitely going to be doing a sleeper draft with all you guys. I appreciate everyone stopping by the stream. First draft we are going to do is going to be over on underdog. Oh, shit. I try to, envision what it would look like if I put myself in like this little tiny circle thingy, but I was like, nah, that doesn't look good enough. So welcome in to the live stream. Make sure you guys do hit the like button on the way in. We're going to be doing our first draft over on Underdog. If you guys are new to Underdog, promo code Notorious. You get the gimme pick, play $5, get $50 in bonus entries. You will also receive my draft guide when that drops in early August to your email if you are new. So let's get on into this. So today, last time we did a $3 draft. We could probably just rip another $3 draft if they still exist, but it might already be filled. I think it is. So this time we will. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I think that was it right there. No, it's the $1 draft. Fuck it. We're doing a best ball mania this time. $25 to enter. We're going to win the 2 million smackaroos today. That's what our goal is. I appreciate you guys stopping by today's stream. I appreciate it. How you doing, Veronica? What's up? What's up, Dab God? Tiny triangle thing, tiny circle thingy. Another draft. These are pray for times like this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna be ripping drafts all summer. We're gonna try to, be the guy that wins the $2 million. Will it happen? Probably not, but I guess you never know, right? Anything is possible. Anything is possible in fantasy football, especially. I have to make sure to put the tags at the bottom of the thing because I forgot to do that right now. All right, the draft filled. It's pretty interesting, honestly, right now, like the opinion of how most people think of drafts right now compared to how I've been thinking. I know a lot of people are really, really, really on the, oh, here's good right here. Seems like having a top 6 pick this year is huge. I'll wait for the sleeper. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking is, to me, I like picking at the end. Now, that's because I'm a huge fan of ripping off these drafts that are double hero RB, first 2 rounds, picking a running back. So I get why other people prefer to pick earlier, because if you get one of the top 6 guys, you typically feel very good. I know the opinion on McCaffrey is very different from person to person, right? Some people are gigantic on Christian McCaffrey. Some people want nothing to do with Christian McCaffrey, but a lot of people are big on top 6. I love picking towards the end because to me, like at pick 12, for instance, a lot of times you can rip off this whole group of running backs, right? And you can just get 2 of them. You can just get 2 of, James Cook, Omarion Hampton. You can get Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown. You get Achane, Ashton Genty, right? So for me, as someone that likes drafting running backs early, I want to be drafting at the end. Now, if I'm someone that wants that receiver, you probably want to be more at like pick 3 or 4, right? Because you're guaranteed to get in a majority of drafts either Puka or Jamar Chase. And the second round, the running backs, in my opinion, like once things swing this way, if people are going running back heavy here, it does get a little bit gross. Whereas you're drafting guys like Jeremiah Love in the late second. Sub Notorious just started watching you this year. You make some really good content, man. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I like your picture of Flight driving the shoe. And even top 6 if you're on Stare to CMC. I've always liked late picks this year. Seems a little bit different. Yeah, I mean, I've been a late pick guy basically for the whole time I've been making these videos since like 2019. And it really is just because I like starting my team double running back, and I always feel very good about going double running back, pick 10, 11, or 12 every year. Again, this year, though, it's entirely possible at 8, you go like Justin Jefferson or CD, and then you can come back and still get a solid running back in the second round. I'll take me some CMC every day of the week. I'm huge on CMC this year. I think a lot of people just get really nervous because of the injury risk. But at the end of the day, if you can get McCaffrey at 6th, 7th overall, you could just win most weeks just by him dropping a 30 burger and just carrying your team, right? All right, so we are up. And last draft, we did James Cook in the first round. We're going to get James Cook here. And we are going to rip James Cook. I don't have a lot of Genty, so I am going to go Genty this time since I haven't been negative really on Genty, if I'm being honest with you. It's just been more of I prefer other running backs over Genty. Like if I was to rank them, like I prefer Hampton, Chase Brown, Achan, sometimes over Genty. But I don't think that really to me means I'm fading Genty, right? Barkley as well. It just more means I'm more comfortable with those guys. It's just like Kenneth Walker, right? I feel so much better about Saquon, Hampton, Chase Brown over Kenneth Walker, whereas other people might say that's crazy. Kenneth Walker is this locked and loaded guy. I like pick 11 or 12, me too. I like picks from every single position for different reasons. And yeah, exactly. In fantasy football, like I'm going to make a strategy video that's going to come out, I think 2 weeks from now or next week, something like that. And the best strategy in fantasy football is always just go in and draft the best players available, right? Don't go in thinking I need to draft 2 running backs, right? Because if I'm sitting here, right, and I'm like, oh, I want to draft 2 running backs at the 12th pick, what happens if Amon-Ra St. Brown is there? The odds of that happening is very low, I understand. But if he was there, you should be picking Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Where are you comfortable picking the GOAT running back, Derrick Henry, middle of the second? If you wanted to take him earlier than that, that's fine. But I'd prefer to take like Hampton, A-Chain, Saquon, Chase Brown, Genty, James Cook over him. Do you have a strategy this year going to drafts with 3 wide receiver leagues? Now, 3 wide receiver leagues, that's what this underdog drafts are. It's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex. If you want to start double running back, just like I did, go ahead. I think that's really kind of just based off the fact that I'm drafting in the back of the first round, and that more likely tends you towards doing that. If you want in a 3 wide receiver draft, if you draft 4 wide receivers with your first 4 picks, I'm not judging you at all. I typically prefer, at minimum, you're going to need 2 in the first 4 rounds. That's really kind of, I guess, the only difference is the wide receiver value is just significantly more, which also, in my opinion, decreases the value of a quarterback, decreases the value of a tight end. Charles Barkley, the GOAT. I agree with double running back, especially this year. Wide receivers are a lot better later on. I will gladly take Garrett Wilson to wide receiver 1 if that means running backs are stacked. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see which one of these like mid-range wide receivers is going to end up just skyrocketing up boards. And what I mean by that is like Waddle, right? I could see, realistically, Waddle had a one-handed catch today in practice. I've been on Waddle all summer. I could see people getting big on Waddle. Now Waddle's a 3rd-round pick, right? I could see people talking themselves into, okay, Ricky Pearsall's hurt. Guess what? Now, maybe they don't bring anyone in. Now Mike Evans is a 3rd-round pick, right? Things are going to change. We saw Malik Neighbors go here at pick 27. Going to be very interesting to see where that ADP settles to, because I think he's going to be typically a late 2nd-round pick. Are we doing an underdog draft? Yeah, I'll probably rip 1 more underdog draft after this and then do a sleeper draft with everyone. Hello, all Nick live. Let's go FF 2026. Good luck. Thank you, False Prophet. How you doing? What's up, Chuckleberry? How we doing? All right, so we're about to pick here. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I love Javonte Williams. It would be hard for me to pass up on him, but Breece Hall also fell, and while I do prefer Javonte over Breece Hall, the fact that we're at pick 36 and Breece Hall is still available, whose ADP is way higher, we have to pick him. And then now we're just fading running back for the rest of the draft, right? We're just going to start hammering in on wide receivers. We just saw Chris Barzell get hurt for the Carolina Panthers, which I do think increases the value slightly of Tedero McMillan. I don't think that means that Tedero McMillan is now like a must-draft candidate. I do prefer guys like Waddle above him. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I haven't taken a lot of Tedero McMillan. And based on the fact that I believe in Tet's talent, I think it would be stupid to do as many drafts as I do and just avoid a guy that I think is as talented as Tedero McMillan. Obviously, Tet feels a lot better as your wide receiver 2 compared to your wide receiver 1, but I had to take Breece Hall because he fell near 10 picks in ADP. Again, I'm not huge on Breece Hall this year, but if you get a falling value, I feel like you kind of just have to take it. Oh my God. Nick, do you play in any standard leagues? If so, can we get some standard rankings list content? I don't play, Chuck. I don't play in any standard leagues. If I ran a poll on the channel, it would probably be 3% of people play in standard leagues. So I don't even make standard rankings. I do get why people like standard leagues. To me, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm not a standard guy. I guess if Spock isn't here, it might be safe to participate in the mock draft. Who knows? Spock might show up. Bryce went late in the draft, in my opinion. What's stopping him from being a top wide receiver again if he's healthy? Will he get suspended? The only thing that's stopping Rashee Rice is the fact that he always gets hurt, or does something stupid off the field. That is the only thing that's stopping him, right? Realistically, right now, I'm good. If you took Rashee Rice, here at pick 16, I genuinely don't think that's crazy. I think he's going to be a top 12 receiver with ease, with the upside of being the wide receiver 1. If you got the 10 spot in a 10-man league, do you think reaching for a Marion is a bad pick? No, I don't think so. Again, I've talked about this a bunch, but once you get past Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar, Puka, Christian McCaffrey, JSN, Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown, right here, you could take any of these guys, any of these guys from 9 to 20, and I wouldn't judge you, right? So if you want Hampton, it's not really a reach in my book. Sure, maybe on ADP, it might be a reach, right? Maybe it would technically on paper be a reach, but I'm perfectly fine doing that. I wonder if Breece will have trade buzz at the deadline again this year. I think since they just paid him, I can't imagine it. But, if the Jets have one win at the deadline, maybe. Did Debo get signed? If so, where? No, Debo has not been signed yet. I think we are going to see Debo. Oh, I just lied. Debo just signed 1 second ago. Brian is from the future. He signed with the San Francisco 49ers. That is it. He is now on the San Francisco 49ers. Will that affect his ADP? Probably. I already have a bunch of Debo Samuel. I don't know my exact exposure. Debo, we're not going to take him here. Oh, it's not going to show me his. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I have a pretty high exposure to Debo. He is on the Niners. You guys can read quicker than I can. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah, it makes sense that Debo goes back to San Francisco. It makes perfect sense. High commission standard draft that I've had for 10 plus years, and it's hard to get any good content. I enjoy both standard and PPR. No, that's fair. It's just the reason why there's not a lot of content on standard is because the amount of people that play it don't make it worth it, right? If I make a standard rankings video, it'll get such small views compared to if I do half PPR, full PPR. Huge news. Play the breaking news sound. I need a breaking news sound that won't get the channel taken down for using some fucking sound. Oh, Richard mentioned it in Discord. Yeah, you guys are fast with it. Okay. We're not going running back because we have 3. That would be irresponsible. We're getting Carnell Tate because we love Carnell Tate. I'm big on Carnell Tate this year. I think Carnell Tate is going to smash this season. I think Carnell Tate is the clear wide receiver 1 in Tennessee. I think he has a lot of value due to that. And we're going to get Jordan Tyson. I am pretty big on Rome Odunze, but we don't have a lot of Tyson. I have a lot of Rome Odunze. I'm big on Rome Odunze in best ball. I think he's going to be pretty complicated this season. Figuring out, how much do you really want to actually start him weekly? But yeah, I do like him in best ball. And Jordan Tyson scored a touchdown in practice today. Yippee, right, as if that fucking matters. But he has looked good now that he's coming back off the injury. Will Debo's ADP go up now? Yes. His ADP on Underdog right now is 163. I expect that to go up. It's going to be very interesting to see where does Debo go. What round do you guys think Debo will go in? I don't know if everyone that's in this draft is, looking at their phone, getting notifications. Mad Wood. Pause. Scary Terry to the moon. Diggs is still very live to Washington. Yep. Just like EG said. Debo is washed. You think Debo's washed? I thought Debo looked pretty good last year. Now, I'm not saying Debo is going to win you your fucking fantasy league if you draft Debo. I'm not saying that, but I do think Debo is very interesting. Hey, yo. Smash that like button. Facts. Rome has a messed up foot. He does have a messed up foot, but I've been watching. He does look better. Again, could his foot injury, happen again? What's your favorite drafting platform? If we're talking redraft, most of my leagues are on NFL because they've been on NFL since I was a kid. I started playing fantasy when I was 8. My favorite drafting platform, probably Sleeper. Obviously, Underdog is where I do all of my best ball drafts, but in terms of redraft, it'd be Sleeper. Yeah, facts. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We sure it's not fake news? No, it is true. I got the Sleeper notification, so it's true. Dab God, holy F, Debo just got shot in the leg at a restaurant. That's crazy. That's crazy. The same guy that got Ricky got him. The same guy that sniped Ricky got him. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. We have been live during some people getting shot at before. A few years ago when Trump got shot, we were live when that happened. So it wouldn't surprise me if something else insane happened while we were live. How is Bucky not taking Bucky? Bucky went at 59. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like the player Bucky. I don't really like the situation that he's in. It feels like such a crowded backfield, but the positive argument for Bucky is just Bucky's really good, right? Like, I get how you make the argument towards drafting Bucky because he's good. It's like same thing with Breece Hall, right? I'm scared of the Jets. I don't really want to be drafting Breece Hall. Nick, you drafted Breece Hall on this team, I know, because he fell. But I get why people like Bucky. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand standard for content creators, Nick. All good, bro. No problem. Hey, brother, 12-team PPR. I have the 12th pick. What 2 running backs are at the top of your list in that range? And should I draft a third running back in 5 to 6 rounds? I mean, if your league is typically I'm fine taking, again, like at this range, if it was me, and assuming James Cook isn't there, I'm probably going a combination of Chase Brown, Barkley, A-Chain, and Hampton. Those are probably the 3 guys I'm looking at. And if your league starts 3 receivers or 2 flex spots, I would not take another running back for the first 5-6 rounds after you take 2. All right, we're back up on the clock. Dak just went. Our quarterback stacks go much later. Shuck, Cam Ward, Bryce Young. So we're just gonna keep on digging here. Jaden Reed has literally fucked me directly in the ass, metaphorically, of course, every single year. So why not just go back to the well? Why not just draft him again? Why not line up to get screwed again? That's just every year for me with this guy. And then we're going to pull up Sam Laporta because I don't really love Alec Pierce this year. I'm just kind of worried about the injury. Let's get Sam Laporta potty on the team. I really like Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta is being drafted right now at close to his floor, right? Like he's like the tight end 5-6 off the board. I think he's going to finish as a top 5, top 6 guy with the upside of being a top 3 guy. It feels pretty obvious that you want to be in on Sam Laporta this season. Dab be paying money to spread the fake news. I think Debo's squeaky clean, not just washed. Adam Schefter reporting it's legit for sure. Debo did not sign with the 49ers. He did. Mike Evans, no. No, I don't think Mike Evans is screwed because of that. It's fake news. Thanks, Goat. Appreciate the advice. No problem. I'm very high in JSN. He should be the whole Seahawks offense. Wants to take him 101. Yeah, I mean, the negative argument for JSN is nothing to do with how good JSN is. It's 100% JSN is in a scenario where he lost the OC that fully was able to create what we saw last year. That's the arguments against him, right? Clint Kubiak's now the head coach of the Raiders. I get JSN's really good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say anything other than that, but that is how I feel about JSN. I'm more likely to take him in like the 5th round, not the 5th round. So for me, I have it Bijan, Gibbs, Puka, Chase, McCaffrey, JSN. So it's 6 is where I would like to take JSN. 10-man league for me, and I believe I'll pick in the 7th to 10th range. What's the strategy there? 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. One flex, kicker defense. Okay. So in your scenario, you're in a bad spot, not to draft good players, but you're in a bad spot for what my general strategy is in a 10-team league, which is get either an elite quarterback or an elite tight end. Everyone in your league is going to have great running backs, great wide receivers. So that sucks because I'm not taking Josh Allen like at the turn there. I'm just not. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable drafting him over one of those great running backs. So what I would do if I'm picked 7 to 10, I'm taking the best player available in the at pick, whatever you are at the first round. In the second round, I'm taking one of those running backs, the Hampton, the A-Chain, the Chase Brown that I really like. And then hopefully in like the fourth round, you can get Colston Loveland. Jaden Reed's last dance as a disappointment. He always disappoints, and I always fall for him because he's really fast. ESPN just now got around to notifying you. Yeah, if you want to get the fastest notifications, my opinion, I have Twitter, and I am following with notifications. One of Schefter or Rappaport blocked me years ago, so I don't have notifications on for one of them. But Underdog, and if you have the Sleeper app, they send you stuff too. So anything's going to be faster than like ESPN. I don't know why they're so slow. Ayuk just signed back with the 49ers. That'd be so funny. That would be so funny. SummerSlam weekend, LFG. Let's fucking go. D. Smith or Egbuka? I'd prefer Smith, but if you wanted Egbuka over Smith, I actually don't even think that's crazy. JSN will be good for the reason Egbuka will be good. It's the same reason why Garrett Wilson will be good. They simply got a fine education at one of the best universities in existence. Yeah, dude, all those guys, they were really paying attention in class. Debo handling the over-the-middle catches is good for Evans. Pulls coverage for Evans. I agree with you. Stay away from Green Bay wide receivers except Watson. I think in redraft, that's a pretty good take. Now, in best ball, I'm fine taking Jaden Reed there. Even Watson, I feel like is going to obliterate one of his body parts. I mean, Christian Watson is just like one of those guys that's just super unlucky. Spaceman just released news in the Discord that Ayuk got reactivated by the Niners as well. Let me look at that. Is that actually true? That's crazy if that's true. I don't think Ayuk is mentally stable enough to play in the NFL right now. Once everyone finally gets off Reed, that is when he will smack. That's kind of how fantasy football works, right? And once we all finally give up on a guy, it's like Jonathan Taylor. You guys remember how injury prone Jonathan Taylor was going into last year? No one wants Jonathan Taylor, and then he smacks, right? That's just how it goes. Probably what's going to happen with DK this year, right? I'm off DK. I abandon him, and then boom, he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of what'll happen. All right, we're about to be up again. Who are we going? All right, we definitely need a quarterback at some point. Is what's his name still available on the Packers? Golden is not available anymore. Okay, we're not drafting Ricky Pearsall. Let's go Jordan Mason. We'll take one more running back. And we definitely can't draft anyone anywhere near here. And then let's go Dobbs. Because I like Dobbs as the slot. If Dobbs is going to be the slot in New England, we have seen that Josh McDaniels loves the slot receiver. Loves them. Ideally, I didn't want to take Jordan Mason there, but obviously, like, Ricky Pearsall's probably done for the season, right? And I didn't love double tapping two receivers there. Like, I'm not so sold on, Casey Concepcion that I would want to take him there. We definitely need a lot of receivers on this team, but I feel pretty good. We're going to be able to get late round quarterback options that stack with our guys, right? We're going to be able to get Shuck. Hopefully in the next round, Shuck falls to us. We're going to be able to snag Cam Ward later and Bryce Young later, and we're going to be able to probably and hopefully pair Coker with Tedero McMillan. I don't love Bryce Young for fantasy, right? If you're in like a redraft league, I wouldn't really want anything to do with Bryce Young, but I do think there's enough skill deep down for him to be good, Andy Reid. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the information. I finished in the playoffs last year, hence why I picked later in the draft. That makes sense. Shuck goes, of course, to a guy that doesn't have... Oh, no, he is Chris Olave. Never mind. That's okay. Outlook on K9 this year. Kenneth Walker never has stayed healthy when given the actual workload. People believe he's getting the full workload this year. Will he be able to stay healthy? I just like all those other running backs more than Walker, like the Genty, the James Cook, the Brown, the Barkley, the Hampton, the Derrick Henry, the A-Chain. So I'm out on Kenneth Walker. Could Kenneth Walker be a league winner? Yeah, right. He's on the Chiefs. No one should be surprised if you fast forward to the end of the season and he wins leagues. But I don't love K9 if I'm being honest with you. Right now, it's impossible for JT to get hurt. Yeah, I mean, no one's talking about it. Jonathan Taylor's 49-point London game was my favorite start to a Sunday last year. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm pretty sure I went against him that week, and I just knew it was curtains. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I think it was in Germany. Do you think JT will smash this year, even with Danny Dimes' injury concerns? I mean, if Danny Dimes is good to go, which he is, he's ready in training camp, I'm not really worried about him just re-aggravating the injury and being complete dust. And I think they're going to try to lean more on the run earlier out in the season because he's hurt going into the year, right? Try to keep things simple, run the ball. Obviously, he was significantly better, JT, with Daniel Jones. So for JT to really succeed, I think we're going to need to see Daniel Jones be healthy all year. Who's the best late tight end? If we're talking about like in your actual home league draft, right, where you don't have to like go all the way down to like Greg Dulcich, who I like. To me, it's Goddard. It's going to be Chig, or it's going to be Goddard, Chig. Those are the guys that I like the best. Goddard, there's no A.J. Brown anymore. A lot of touchdown upside there. He scored a lot of touchdowns last year. I know people will be like, Nick, did you see? He only scored, 2, 3 touchdowns the years prior. That doesn't, that it doesn't make it impossible for him to score more than 10 touchdowns again, in my opinion. Our team's going to be yucky at the quarterback position. That's okay. But that's okay. This is probably going to be a triple quarterback team here. We are going to go Jalen Coker and Cam Ward. We already have Sam Laporta, so we don't have to go 3 tight ends on this team. I'm just going to go 2 and just believe that Sam Laporta is that guy. I'm going to go Coker and then go Cam Ward and pray to the football gods that Bryce Young comes back our way. Pray to the football gods. We got the stack of Cam Ward with Carnell Tate. Appreciate the advice, dude. No problem. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. It's pretty easy to focus on a draft like this where you're not like in the middle when you're at the end to just be talking the whole time about random stuff. Do you think the Chargers defense will be the best to draft for the first 2 games versus Arizona and Las Vegas? I haven't looked so heavy into the schedule yet. But definitely if they're playing Arizona and the Raiders first, I think that's a good schedule. I think that's good. I will make a video in the middle of August or towards the end of August that's like my top 5 defenses to draft based on the early schedule. So I do, based on what you just said, I do like that schedule. Doing another draft after, I'm going to do one more best ball draft, and then I will do a sleeper draft with all you guys, like a mock draft. Do you ever draft a Dolphin just to have one on your team? No, but if I was a fan of a team that I thought was good, maybe, right? Like prior years when I thought the Dolphins were good, I want a guy on the Dolphins, But now, because I don't believe as much in the Dolphins, sure, I'd love to have A-Chain on every team because I do really like A-Chain, but I'm not forcing it as much, right? For instance, if you're like a Chargers fan and you wanted to take Hampton at the end of the first round because of that, that's not that crazy to me. I'm calling it right now. The Chargers will be in the Super Bowl this year. Herbert is yet to win a playoff game, but I think it is entirely possible with Mike McDaniel that for a year or 2 years, it really works until he gets another head coaching job. Sup, Beast? What's up? Could you give me some thoughts on the Igbuka, Wilson, Smith, T-Mac, Ladd, Waddle, Flowers tier of wide receivers? Yeah. For me, Garrett Wilson, I'm not drafting him this year in redraft. I like Garrett Wilson, the player. I will swing the sword for him. I will, wax poetically about how good he was and how good he is. But until they have a legitimate quarterback, I just can't trust that team. They're projected to be one of the worst offenses in the NFL in terms of points per game. I don't want anything to do with him. I really like Igbuka. I think Baker's going to feed him. Baker fed him early on last season. Then he gets hurt. It's all derailed from that. In terms of Waddle, the Denver Broncos are going to be one of the most pass-heavy attacks in the NFL. I really like Waddle. Flowers, The player I like, I have a lot of questions about his touchdown equity in the offense. So I'm not huge on him. He's fine. Lad, I really like as a bounce back candidate. There's definitely risk there, but I do think he will bounce back. And then T-Mac to me is just kind of meh, but I do like him a little bit better now because Barzell ended up getting hurt. LOL at the Chargers. Flock League is premiering another video. Let's see if they squeezed in Nick. Yeah, at the end of the video, they're just going to magically have added me after I didn't even make the top 10. Which, again, it's no ill will towards them, right? No ill will towards them. It is what it is, right? You try your hardest, and sometimes it just don't work. That's what I learned in life, so I can't hold a grudge on them. Okay, so this reeks of Bryce Young, Trey Tucker, and then go Mendoza later. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we have 3 quarterbacks. I think we're going to get Mendoza half the season, maybe even more. In a redraft league, you obviously don't need to draft him. Obviously. Bro, you got the most votes. No, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? I get why they do it, how they do it. It shouldn't just be based off fan votes, right? Because I have a lot of subscribers. You guys are going to vote for me. So that's how it goes. Evans, McLaurin, or DJ Moore. I prefer DJ Moore. I'd rank him DJ Moore, McLaurin, Evans. You won no matter what. If anything, it just proves. No, I don't think the league is rigged, to be honest with you. I just think it is more. They just pick based on what they think will be the best for the league, and maybe my audition videos weren't good enough for that. That's just how I think about it. Mason did invite me to go to the draft and all that stuff, so no ill will towards him. He seems like a nice guy. Yeah. Every time I've ever talked to him, he was a nice guy, so nothing against him. Or any of those guys, you know? We love you a long time. You had the most votes because you're the best. I mean, I think so, too, but it's also because, you know, there's a lot of you guys that watch that will vote for me. Okay, so we need more tight ends, and we're going to have to draft Mendoza. I want to get Dulcich, but Dulcich has the same buy as Laporta. So while I do like Dulcich, I don't think it makes sense to do that and just abandon week 6. Need all the points I can get. Dalton Schultz seems pretty slept on in this kind of format just because, like, he gets a lot of targets. He had 100 targets last year. And, like, if CJ Stroud's just slightly better, maybe he scores 6 touchdowns, right? And he's valuable in this kind of format. In, like, a redraft league, you should never have to be relying on any of these guys, right? To be, like, your starting tight end, you know? Get the pitchforks out, facts. Nick's so good at fantasy, he invites Nick still. That's true. That's true. What's your take on DJ Moore? I love DJ Moore, but deep down, like, while I'm on DJ Moore, pause, I understand why people don't want DJ Moore, right? Because DJ Moore hasn't looked like that DJ Moore that we got early in Chicago, his time in Carolina. But, you know, maybe just the fact that he's clearly the best receiver on the depth chart, that should elevate him. So that's why I like him. That's why I like him. Are there any other Titans we can get? We could get Gunnar Helm. I think we're going to end up going Gunnar Helm here to stack with Cam Ward. So our team is very interesting. We kind of got iced out on the quarterbacks in this draft, which sucks. We weren't really able to get the quarterbacks that I necessarily wanted. Like, I definitely wanted Shuck. Because I'd feel way better about Shuck, Cam Ward, Bryce Young over Fernando, Cam Ward, Bryce Young. You know what I'm saying? Old man Rodgers going for a quarterback 1 retirement tour. If Rodgers has a great season this year, that would be one of the most shocking things I've ever seen. Not because I think Rodgers is fully washed, but because I just can't imagine Rodgers putting up that many good games in a row. Debo at the 49ers again. Yeah, I mean, that almost seemed inevitable, right? Once we learned Ricky went down. DJ Les. You're the man, Nick. Thank you, Chuck. Debo makes Evans move up. My biggest issue with Evans is he's older and he's on a team that just always gets hurt, right? Where there's always injuries. So that's what really concerns me about him. All right, so I want to go Helm. I want to go Mendoza. I have so much Mendoza, so if Kirk Cousins plays all season, we're lighting the money on fire. Just like last year, how I was on Anthony Richardson. I drafted him in so many of these and then just burnt all my money on fire. Yeah, maybe. You never know. You never know. All right. So the Steelers feel like a 6-11 team this year. The thing about the Steelers is they always just win 8 games. They're always going to win 8 or 9 games. So we shall see if that's the case this year. So with Gunnar Helm, I know Gunnar Helm's like a gross tight end too on this team, but we already have Sam Laporta. So I think the smart move is not to draft 2 tight ends. I mean, a third tight end. We need another receiver. We might just go 2 more receivers and just leave our running backs at James Cook, Ashton Genty, Breece Hall, Jordan Mason. I hate 4 running back teams, but I think we need 2 more receivers for it to make any sense for this team to actually, if it was to work, we need 2 more. We need 2 more. Bowers or McBride, tight end 1. Bowers, because while I do like McBride and I do think they're very comparable players, my worry about the Cardinals is they suck. And then they bench Jacoby and go to Carson Beck, and then it kind of falls off for McBride at the end. Now, obviously, if they stick with Jacoby all year, I think we could easily see McBride outscore Bowers. What's up, Nick? Another great season. Let's do this. What's up, Slick Rick? How you doing, man? If Tyler Warren was not recently shot, I would have said that he would have been the tight end 1. Tyler Algier is getting first team reps. Good late flyer. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that we're going to get all this malarkey about James Conner, Tyler Algier, Jeremiah Love. And I'm not in on Jeremiah Love, just so you guys know. Just for 3 weeks into the season, it's just to be the Jeremiah Love show. I think that is what we are going to get into, where we're really talking so heavily about, you know, the running backs behind him, because I think the drum beat's going to continue. I don't think they start the drum beat and it just falls off. I think you're going to be hearing, ooh, James Conner, ooh, Tyler Algier, which might just be like a sneaky technique by the coaching staff to just get rid of one of them. Hey, let's talk up Conner. Let's talk up Algier so we could trade one of them. Because realistically, that's 3 running backs that are pretty good on the team. So I think by like week 3, week 4, it's going to be all Jeremiah Love. I don't think that's going to work for fantasy this year, but I think like you fast forward to next year, I think Jeremiah Love feels like he screws you as a rookie, but he's fantastic his second year, and then everyone's scared to draft him the second year. Don't pick any cards. Dart or Williams, definitely Caleb for me. Just a better core around him. All right. So we're looking for upside here with our receivers. We're going to, go Keon Coleman. I don't think Keon Coleman will ever work out in the NFL, but this deep in the draft, I'm looking for upside, so I will go with him in case maybe this is the year. And then I've said this a million times. I do think the Denver Broncos are going to pass the ball a million times. I think Troy Franklin will be the number 3 weapon on that team and will have big games. He will never actually be worthy to be drafted in your redraft league, but he could rip off a few games for best ball. Yeah, he actually is. Yeah, they're definitely related. It's totally true. Dart looking sexy if Neighbors looking strong. Pause. Yeah, facts. That's a pause. But yeah, I do think Dart is going to be really good because he runs, but I also would prefer Caleb just due to the situation he's in, right? He has, what's his name? He has, Luther. He has Rome. He has Colston Loveland. And his coach is Ben Johnson. Keon Coleman is washed. I agree, right? I'm never going to come on here and be like, guys, draft Keon Coleman. But with your last pick that realistically is fucking going to do nothing in this, right? You might as well just shoot for the upside shot. So our team is Cam Ward, Bryce Young, Mendoza. I hate our quarterbacks. It reeks to high heaven. It's a darty facts. Hey, what's up, man? How are you doing, Red? Who is your value stack? Hope you've been well. I've been doing great, man. Hope you have been as well. My favorite value stack, high key, I'm going to be honest with you, I have so much Mendoza. It's Mendoza and Trey Tucker or Mendoza and Jalen Naylor. So much of it. This could easily be my scenario from years ago where I'm drafting like a bunch of Anthony Richardson and it doesn't work. But I feel like Mendoza is going to start 8+ games. And whoever ends up being the wide receiver 1 is going to have value. Trey Tucker scored like 30 points in a game last year. Naylor, I think, is actually better than Trey Tucker, but that's not like an argument I'm willing to spend 20 minutes talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I also really, really have been liking drafting. I'm trying to think of who the other quarterback is that I like to stack with late. I do have a bunch of Bryce Young and Jalen Coker, as well as here. I'm trying to see who is the guy that I have completed. I've only done 40 drafts so far. Oh, I think it's gonna be Jordan. It's gonna be Jordan Love. I've drafted a ton with Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed. I love those guys too. And I have a lot of Tua and Zachariah Branch because I think Michael Penix is just bad, and Tua's gonna play 17 games, and we've seen Tua put up decent seasons in fantasy. Who's the wide receiver 1 in San Fran? Evans. Lawrence, Gibbs, Chase Brown, AJ Brown, Waddle, Loveland, Broncos D, Aubrey, 10-team keeper league, half PPR. Gibbs was my keeper, picked 9th after second place finishes last year. How about it? I like that a lot. I like that a ton. Stack Debo with Ricky P. Oh, wait, we didn't even check where Debo went. That's actually what I wanted to do. Where did Debo go this time? Where did Debo go? Okay, I can't type in Debo. It's just Samuel. Debo went at pick 136. Interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see where Diggs goes now, too, because I have a lot of Diggs, and I want to see if like I accidentally stack them with a bunch of players. Which D is the easiest schedule this season? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. I just stream defenses week to week. How many more years do you think CMC will have before he comes washed? To me, there are certain guys, aka CMC, Derrick Henry, these guys that are just so good that they almost break the age scale, right? Oh, Devontae Adams is going to be washed this year. People have said it for 3 straight years. Derrick Henry's going to fall off. They've said for 5 straight years, and he never does, right? So until McCaffrey really does, I wouldn't be shocked. How old is McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey age. CMC is 30. I wouldn't be shocked if he's still balling out of control 4 years from now. I just think he's that good. But they will eventually have to peel back his workload. So we are going to do another draft. We did the Best Ball Mania last time. We're just going to do BBM again. Getting in there again. Sign up, promo code Notorious. You'll get my rankings for free if you're new to Underdog. And you get the play $5. You get $50 in bonus entries. Underdog just sold today, by the way, to a group. Anyone that had equity, congratulations. Hey, Nick, let's say you're in a 12-team PPR extra flex spot league and you get Gibbs or Bijan. What's your strategy for the next 2 picks? Depends who falls. If you're in a normal 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end flex, I'm probably looking towards, like, it's so much different on Underdog, to be honest with you, compared to like your regular draft. If any running back falls, it's with an extra flex spot, I'm probably just going to hammer the receivers in that range that come back to you at the 2-3 turn. Simsy probably has another dozen or so years in the tank. Dude, Christian McCaffrey is just different, bro. When he's healthy, he is a different breed. Kyle Pitts 101, Lamar, and Josh Allen's 2-3 turn. Facts. That's a good start. I would rather have John Holmes drag his nuts across my face than draft Bryce Young. John Holmes, Sean Combs. What's the thing that what's his name said? That was a Chael Sutton quote. To a turn of the ball over. But yeah, I would not be drafting Bryce Young in your regular. Like, I don't even want Bryce Young in a super flex league. How do you feel about Bucky, Scadaboo, Tootin, Swift, Henderson tier? I love Tootin. I think Tootin, Casey, I think his ADP is going to move up into like the 4th round, maybe the 3rd round. I love Scadaboo as well. Bucky to me feels like a risk because of how many running backs are around him. Swift feels like you're just wrapping 32 condoms around your team. Henderson is very boomer bust. Rome and Zuffa got into the Flock League. No shit. I could have told you that 3 weeks ago. Like, when I knew I didn't get in, I knew that's who was going to get in. I could have told you that from a mile away. Rome, I've known Rome for a long time. Rome is very good on camera. He's funny. And so a lot of people in the comment section don't like him, which means that people will watch to hate on him, which they shouldn't be, because he's actually a really nice guy. So, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. And Zuffa, I mean, he has like 8 million children that follow him, so he's going to get in the league too. You should have seen the comments against me from 12-year-olds in the comment section that don't like me. Sleeper mock? Yeah, we're going to do a sleeper one after this. 30. 2 flex spots. 2 flex spots? Yeah, you definitely want to be hammering on receiver after you get Gibbs. That's more of one of those, unless you get a real good value of like Chase Brown falling back to you, I would go receiver heavy, second, third round. Chael Sonnen. Sad about Ricky. Your boy Ricky, Mr. Ravi. How do we feel about QJ? I love QJ. Love QJ. I just think Mike McDaniel is a genius. Like, I just think Mike McDaniel is going to find a million ways to get him open. And I just think that QJ is going to have a lot of boom games. Now, there's going to be bad games out of QJ because he's more of a boom or bust type of player. But at ADP, I really like QJ. So that's how I feel about him. I just think the whole entire Chargers team, you just want to be taking pieces of. I want to hear your thoughts on Judkins too. Listen, I like the player Judkins. I've said this 10 million times about Judkins. I love the player. I hate that he's on the Browns because the Browns are not going to be in a lot of scenarios where they can pound the ball, and Dylan Sampson is going to be catching a lot of passes compared to Judkins. Could Judkins work because he's really good? Yes. But that's why I'm kind of more on the bandwagon of, fuck it, let me get my running backs early and not worry about what Judkins does. Not worry about what Breece Hall does, right? Not worry about these guys that are in bad offenses, what they're going to do. I know you're going to say, Nick, but you like A-Chain. Of course I like A-Chain. I've been an A-Chain guy since Jump Street. I told you guys to draft A-Chain his rookie year. He's just going to catch 7 gazillion passes that I don't think it even matters that the Dolphins are dog shit. I'm pissed. I can't ever get McCaffrey. I never get McCaffrey. And he's my guy. I'm a McCaffrey guy. And I can never get him. JT goes ahead of me. So we're just going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown. Classic, wrap 32 condoms around your team. He's been the wide receiver 4 in PPR points per game in 3 straight seasons. Why can't he do it again? Right? Do you support taking tight end early in a 10-man league? Yes. Casey, thank you for the super chat. 100%. You should be taking a tight end early in a 10-team league. My strategy will always be, in a 10-team league, everyone's running backs are going to be amazing. Everyone's receivers are going to be amazing. Unless you are so bad at fantasy football, you're going to have great running backs and great receivers. Not everyone's going to have the Bowers, the McBride, the Colston Loveland. Not everyone's going to have Josh Allen, right? So if you're not taking the elite tight end, I'm taking the elite quarterback. And I don't even like taking Josh Allen in like a 12-team league. But in a 10-team league, 100%, McBride, Bowers, you need them. You need one of them. I prefer to take Bowers over McBride, though. Is Genty 109 valid? Am I taking Genty 109? No. Can you? Yes, it is valid. I only knew the Flock convo was Nicky Notorious. No, I knew. It was pretty obvious, in my opinion, who was going to win. Pretty obvious. And congrats to those guys, too, by the way. Just because I'll joke about them. Like, Rome is like, actually, I talked to Rome. So he's like he's a nice guy. So hope no one gets mad at Rome, you know. I'm better than John Jones. I'm better than Sean Combs. And I think he says, hell, I'm even better than John Holmes. That quote is so funny. I love Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen is so funny. So funny, dude. He just said when I don't know how many of you guys watch fucking the UFC. Chael Sonnen is so funny. When Conor McGregor's dick pic got leaked where he's like lifting his penis, there is a weight strapped to it, and Chael Sonnen's talking about how he like couldn't stop looking at the picture. Chael Sonnen is so funny. Chael Sonnen's hilarious. Love you too, Rome, man. And yeah, nothing against Rome, nothing against Zuffa either. Like I made like a joke in my video, and people will think that I don't like Zuffa. Like, why would I think a lot of people take what I say in videos to be like super serious. It's not serious, right? It's never that serious, you know. Same thing with like Zach, right? Like I made a joke about Zach. Do we really think I don't like the guy? Do we really think that? Some people might, but I do. And it ain't life or death to me. I do like Zach. His videos are good. Is going McBride or Bowers in the first round dumb? Yes, because you can get them in the second round. Browns have the worst O-line in the league. I agree with you. How would you rank Chael Sutton this year? 101, bro. A-Chain for president. Facts. Facts. Chargers players will be good when they aren't playing the Broncos. Go Broncos. Is going McBride or Bowers in the first round dumb? I wouldn't say, I would say it is dumb because you can just wait until the second round, right? In previous years, you'd have to draft Kelsey like in the back end of the first. You don't have to do that with McBride or Bowers. Like sometimes you even see McBride go in the third round. I'm not fully tapped into fantasy football content. You just watch me. You know, that's fair. That's fair. Saquon or Hampton? I prefer Saquon, but not by like a large margin. If you wanted Hampton, that's fine too. Take a tight end in round 1. Rome, congrats. Please click Zufa's dub ass to the curb. No, I do like Rome. Rome is awesome. All right. Okay, we're back up on the clock here. Chris Olave did get paid. We haven't talked about that. We'll talk about that in a second. All right. I'm an Igbuka guy. I'm also a T. Higgins guy, but I'll go Igbuka this time because I do have a decent amount of both of them. Rome is cool as fuck. Nick, the comments were so funny for Zufa. People saying 100,000 10-year-olds just got so happy. That is funny. Gotta love the bad guy. He's gold. Yeah, Rome's hilarious. And he did a great job in his rap, and he did a great job in the interview too. Like, I thought he killed it. I thought he had by far, him and the lumberjack guy, I thought had the best interviews. 100%. 100%. I think, no, never mind. I was going to say something like it's like a joke, and then some people will take it so seriously. I heard Sal has hair plugs. Sal, to me, doesn't look like the kind of guy that has hair plugs. He looks like the kind of guy that would get hair plugs if needed. But he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that has hair plugs yet. Sal's also a nice guy. Sal super chatted to the channel like 4 years ago. So shout out to Sal. Which round does Debo go now? Last draft, I think he went in the 9th. So we'll see where that stands. He got paid and Taysom's gone. Taysom is... I'm going to be honest with you guys. I said this in the Discord. I think I said it to Richard. I wouldn't be surprised if, Taysom gets signed by the Broncos. Okay. I do like Jacobs better than Javonte, but I have way more Jacobs than Javonte, so we'll go Javonte this time. Igbuka over Ladd is questionable. I don't think that's really that questionable, to be honest with you. Igbuka looked way better than Ladd did last year. All this talk of Olave makes me want Olive Garden. I have never had Olive Garden in my life, Veronica. Never in my life. I'm not an Olive Garden guy. Not an Olive Garden guy. I do love Italian food, though. Mbeke Igbigaboo is goated. Are you doing a mock draft with bots after this? After this, I'm doing a mock draft with you guys. So we're going to go on Sleeper. I'm going to copy the link. Put it in here, we'll draft. The only reason why in my videos I do mock drafts against bots is because if I did a mock draft with you guys for a video, it would take like an hour. And if I do a mock draft like on ESPN, it will take like an hour. And people do stupid stuff. Like they'll just reach. You guys won it, but I'm saying like if I draft against random people. So that's why I always just go against the bots. And the bots, they might not be accurate now, but the bots get significantly more accurate the deeper you get into the summer. And about Chris Olave, he got paid the big bucks, $30+ million a year. Strong indicator towards Olave still being the guy that they brought him back. Son and the bad guy. You got it. Sal's the only competent competitor you have to worry about. Nah, I mean, I'm friends with Danny and Corey. They're great too. They just haven't had the best luck. They have not had the best luck. What do you think Jaden Daniels for Mendoza Igbuka in a 27th second? I like that trade. I would prefer Mendoza Igbuka and a 27th second in Superflex PPR. I will note to you guys, I'm not the biggest dynasty guy. I play in one dynasty league, and it's with Corey and Danny. I think McDaniel's offense ladders back to rookie form. I think so too. The Sean Payton reunion makes sense. The Broncos could use a tight end. 14-team mock. We'll definitely do a 14-team mock eventually, but probably not tonight. That'll probably be one for like August. Loveland or Warren? I prefer Loveland. I just think the offense is more conducive to passing the ball in Chicago. All you can eat breadsticks. The breadsticks I heard schmack. I'm a big bread guy. Cheesecake Factory bread, Outback bread. It took me an hour. I guess I got to clear my schedule. Olive Garden chicken and gnocchi soup is fire. I've never had it. Do you do super flex drafts on stream? No. My main home league, that's going to be a video on the channel, like a draft day vlog. Okay, wait, hold up. Wait a minute now. Okay, we need to get more DJ Moore. I believe in DJ Moore. We need to get more of them. But I will do a whole video in the middle of August, super flex draft strategy, where I break down my whole entire thought process on how to draft super flex drafts. The biggest difficulty when it comes to super flex draft is very hard to dictate from one league to another where the quarterbacks will go. And what I mean by that is like some of your guys' leagues, 6 quarterbacks might go in the first round, right, of a super flex league. In some leagues, it might be 3, right? It's very different from league to league. Very, very different. Personally, I like to get out there with at least one quarterback that I think is a top 12 guy. I need one of them. Otherwise, I just feel like my team is shot. Every wide receiver in the middle of the second to the middle of the third is a toss-up. They're all in the same tier. Yeah, I agree with that. Are you doing more drafts? After this, we're going to do a sleeper draft. A sleeper mock draft. Everyone talking about Ladd going to be the next JSN makes me think he won't. I'd rather have Igbuka. Yeah, that's fair too. That's fair. This team is looking really solid. I agree. I really do like this team. I would prefer Carnell Tate over DJ Moore, but I also have drafted so much Carnell Tate that it's like, if Carnell Tate gets hurt, I don't want to completely shoot myself in the foot. What's the punishment for the person that ends up in last? The person that ends up in last year. So for the video this year, my friend Oliver came in last, and I will explain it in half a second what he has to do. Oh, Christian Watson fell to us. Oh man, this team's got me bricked up right now. Okay, so the punishment for the guy that came in last place. So the punishment during last year's draft was for the year prior. That was my friend had to eat a bunch of hot wings. It was like a hot wing challenge. It was hilarious. I don't think it was that funny in the video. It wasn't like hilarious, but like being there, it was funny. This year, the punishment is in my home league for the person drafting this year, my friend Oliver. It's 9 beers and 9 hot dogs during the draft. You might think that's easy. Not easy. Normally that takes place during a baseball game. It's like the 999 challenge. This is just during our fantasy draft. He will probably get wasted. It'll be very funny in the video. Very, very funny. I do. I did one Superflex draft and got cooked. Yeah, Superflex, if you're not ready for a Superflex draft, you're going to be cooked. Like, you have to really think so much harder to make every pick. Love DJ Moore and Waddle. I agree with you. What's the punishment for the person that ends up in last in your league? Yeah, that's the punishment. This year, I don't know what the punishment's going to be because we're trying to do things like the punishment in the video you guys will see is the 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, which is just disgusting in my opinion. I don't know what we're going to do this year. For me, it's like you got to find something that everyone can be a part of and like watch you do it, and it's enjoyable to watch, right? And it's not something like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that people will do. That's also important. Like, you don't want to have your punishment be like, go fucking rob a Walmart or something crazy, right? Like, I'm not saying that's like anyone's punishment, but you get what I mean. Thoughts on Warren in the 4th? I'm fine with Warren in the 4th. I'm honestly not. I'd rather get him in the 5th. I'm waiting to the 5th for Warren. The GOAT is live. Yes, Sirski. What is the sleeper draft? I'm going to do that next. I'm going to fire it up. It's just going to be a 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, 2 flex mock draft. We did 2 of them last night. Just got back for the beach. You have fun, Spock? Try to stack Igbuka with Baker. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get Baker. I honestly want to get Laporta too. And And I want to get what's his name? Fucking Goff. Okay. So our team's looking real nice right now. Looking real nicey. Fuck it. Let's get Jaden Reed. Why not? Why not? So now we're open for Love, we're open for Goff, and we're open for Baker. We're looking real good here on the stacking front here. Yeah, make sure you guys are in the Discord, by the way. The Discord is popping 24/7. I believe in Joe Hendry a lot more than DJ Moore. That is funny. Yeah, that Danhausen guy, I didn't think he was funny initially, but my mind has changed more recently. That's a reward for non-lightweights. You think drinking 9 beers and eating 9 hot dogs is a reward? I feel like eating 9 hot dogs during a fantasy draft is just disgusting. Just disgusting. Like I'll probably drink more than 9 drinks during the draft, but this time we're doing it on a Saturday. I think last time our draft was on like a Wednesday because it's so hard to schedule with everyone, and it's only going to get more difficult as we get older. I got to choose the punishment in my home league, and I have like 20 J's to choose something. I really like the punishment of you do like the what's that called? The calendar. Like you make them take 12 different pictures, and it's like funny pictures, and you get a calendar made of it. I think that's funny. That was our punishment for our one friend. He never did it. Still judge him to this day about that. We got Laporta, so we're setting up for the double stack of Detroit and the double stack of Green Bay, and then we're going to need more running backs. Give me a player of ball knowledge. My favorite ball knowledge player is Kalen Ballage, the Bellagio, Dolphins legend. Oh, it's not Costco hot dogs. I think we have to make. I think we're gonna make the hot dogs. Maybe I'll cook them. Ball knowledge TMI. I have a ton of Tate and Best Ball too. Titans have a great championship week schedule and play the last game ever. That's interesting. I forgot that they're moving to the new stadium next year. I thought it was 2 years from now. Loser pays for the trophy of the champ. They get to pick out the trophy too, so it can get spicy. That's Magic 8-ball road trip as a punishment. You guys are crazy, bro. Favorite mid-round running back target, Scattaboo or Tootin. 113 people watching live. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. 9 wieners, ew. Man, you've never taken 9 wieners in a night? Come on now. You should do the milk mile. My buddy did, what's it called? Did the Big Mac mile, which is like the milk mile, except for you eat a Big Mac every time you go around the thing. That was disgusting. I don't know how he did that. I think that's genuinely harder than the milk mile. Way harder, in my opinion. 9 beers isn't a punishment. It isn't a punishment to drink 9 beers. It is when you have to eat 9 hot dogs though, at the same time. We're doing loser has to go to a hot dog kennel, in a dog kennel, and the only thing they can get out of is when they make their pick. That is crazy. I've seen ones where they put them in the dog kennel and they spray them with a bunch of stuff. I also like the one where the whole league gets a paintball gun. They shoot you for like 5 minutes. Who's your go-to pick at the 110? In a perfect world, James Cook. Zach Thomas knows ball like any other player. I haven't seen someone take 9 wieners since Spock posted that mukbang video. What the fuck? That's hilarious. You guys can run a mile. I can run a mile. Might take a while, but I can do it. But I can do it. All right. Joey Chestnut is the GOAT. He really is. He really is. Joey Chestnut, easy under this year. Okay. It's so funny that Ricky Pearsall's ADP hasn't moved. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Who do we want more? Do we want Goff more or Love? I think we want Goff more than Love. It's like we'll guarantee ourselves to get Goff. And then we're going to have to hammer time running backs. I forget. We get Love as well. We could go Baker, but that might be like too aggressive to go Baker as well. Even though I do deep down like Baker more than Love. Like gun to the head. I just think more upside out of Baker. But I do have 2 guys on the Packers, so it makes more sense to go Love. Where did Spock post a mukbang? I don't even like driving a mile. Pearsall has noodle knees, bro. Pearsall is so unlucky, man. He got shot. Now his legs messed up. Who's someone that you take a bullet for in fantasy? Obviously, my boy McCaffrey, man. Hammer time, McCaffrey. I was so big on McCaffrey last year, and I was getting ridiculed in the comment section. Nick, you're an idiot. You don't know anything. McCaffrey's gonna fucking he's gonna stub his toe and be out for the season. That's what people were saying. A lot of people were saying that, and they were wrong. Smash the like button. Facts. Hey, live again. Those 2 mocks from yesterday were hella helpful because first time in ages plus was so fun. I'm gonna have to watch you now. Thank you, Mr. Smarty. Okay, so all the running backs that we would have wanted went. I do love Bo Nix. I like Stafford, but again, we're just gonna stack. We're gonna take Jordan Love, and now we got our 2 quarterbacks. We just gotta worry about running backs now. Obviously, not Pearsall. CMC won me a ship last year. Glad I rolled the dice. Yeah, I mean, I understood the risk on McCaffrey, right? You'd be like foolish to say there's no risk, right? And that's kind of why I'm saying, like, I'm not, like, while I think McCaffrey could easily be the RB1 this season, that's why I'm not telling you guys to draft him 101, because it's way safer to draft Gibbs or Bijan. It's just 9,000 times safer. Stribling is going to shoot up draft boards. Kirk is likely to play slot and injured already. Yeah, Christian Kirk. That means Stribling will be on the field in 12 personnel packages. I do like Stribling. I was shocked that he was drafted where he was, just because like no one was talking about him going that high. Good enough player though, right? Looked pretty good in the college football playoffs. I just think now with Debo there, like, are people really gonna be all over Stribling? Like, Stribling's ADP probably goes back to normal. Stribling should be pretty good though. Like, I think he's a good enough player. Like, at ADP, he goes pick 157. Like, in your home league, he's probably never gonna get drafted, you know? NFC North quarterbacks. Yeah, the NFC North is just beast mode. Spock, when you were at the beach, did you see Debo get signed to the Niners? Debo just got signed to the Niners too, though. Yeah, I don't think, to be honest with you, like, I do think Debo is the guy to draft over Stribling. I still think Stribling is worth drafting late, because the 49ers are one of those teams where people just get hurt. People will just get hurt. So, and Stribling could prevail. A whole lot of gawking going on here. What's up, Skilly? 1 year up to $7 million. This is a gross range to need running backs, though, in the draft. It really is. It really, really is. It really is. And we already have Laporta, so, like, I'm not screaming to reach one of these guys. Taylor over CMC, and why not? Why not would be if Purdy goes down, CMC is fine. If Daniel Jones goes down, Taylor's fucked. That's really going to be the biggest differentiator for me. That's really it. And I also think Taylor's much more injury prone than people think. And yeah, it literally happened this hour. Yeah, it happened while we were on stream. Debo got signed. But I still think Stribling is fine, like, in best ball. I'm interested to see, like, is Diggs going to get signed soon? It has to be, right? Has to be. We're getting so close to the start of the season. Dude, I don't get the hype. CMC had 413 touches last year and is an argument for Taylor. Yeah, that is true. Dude, I don't get the hype around ETN. I don't think there is any hype on ETN, to be honest with you. I just think he goes in like the 3rd or the 4th round, because that's where a running back that you would project to get a decent amount of touches should go. Right? The only thing with CMC getting 413 touches is I don't know. I feel like he just gets so unlucky with the injuries, rather than he's just like this injury-prone guy. He played so many games on the 49ers, besides that 1 year where he got hurt. All right, we need another running back. We could play the Pacheco gets hurt game, but let's just go Tracy here. Get 3 NFC East running backs, in case anything happens to Scatterboo. In case Scatterboo runs into a wall and gets hurt. The reason why I drafted Mitchell is because I think he's just a good enough guy to get on the field for McDaniel to have like those big, catches out of the backfield to where he could enter my lineup a couple of times. That's why I drafted him. AR-15 is healthy though, so it won't be Riley Leonard at QB2. Yeah, but how good is AR-15? Like, I like Anthony Richardson, but isn't Diggs in a legal battle right now? He's always in a legal battle. I think it is done, though. Yeah, it is done. Saquon literally about to crumble. I have no clue why he's RB11. Because they are just going to score a gazillion points. And they lost Patullo, who was calling the plays terribly for the team. That's why. It's just like we saw him finish as the RB1 2 years ago. He could easily do it again. Watch Diggs go to SF. I think Diggs could be a Dolphin if he wanted to just be like, it's over for me trying to win a Super Bowl. I just want money. I think that makes perfect sense for Diggs because he gets to be in Miami, hang out with all the BBL ladies, have a good time. AR-15 sleeping with the fishes, facts. Hurts or Burrow? In fantasy, I prefer Hurts. Listen, I think the reason why we would sign Diggs is because then you actually can see what you're getting out of Willis. That's the only reason why. Because with the receiver core that we have, it's going to be hard to truly be bought in or out on Willis because it's going to be hard to actually know. The Eagles need to make a huge jump if that offense is putting up points again. I just think Kevin Patullo, it's like addition by subtraction. Diggs does love Miami. Diggs is going to the MMA. Saquon has 1 year left, not even 30 yet. Yes, we do need a legit wide receiver. You're right. Yeah, I mean, listen, do I think Diggs is going to heal Miami? No, but I think he will at least give us like a chance to see something. Okay. We can't just draft all running backs. So we're going to go receiver again. We're going to go Jalen Naylor this time. Maybe he's the wide receiver 1 in Vegas again. We're going to have a lot of him. We're going to have a lot of Trey Tucker as well. Because in this range, you could legitimately get a guy who's going to be the number 2 target on the team behind Bowers. So that's why I've been drafting him. We could also get a tight end here as well. And then hit on that pocket of running backs later. That we like. CMC and the 49ers organization are liars about injuries. Burn me once, never again, dead to me. I mean, he is probably the guy that... Kyle Shanahan, you can never believe what he says. I do agree with you on that. But McCaffrey, again, Christian McCaffrey, player profiler. I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to read off the amount of games he played. The last 4 years, McCaffrey has played 17, 4, 16, and 17 games. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Could go Strange. I do like Strange a decent amount. Hunter Henry kind of just feels like a layup. Like you kind of just know what he's going to be. So we'll go with him. Feels like a safe bet in New England. Isn't the rookie wide receiver that we drafted a beast, though? Depends which one you're talking about. We drafted a couple of them. Chris Bell is on what's it called? The pup. Caleb Douglas is interesting. Like, we have guys, but I just don't think, I don't think you fast forward 2 years from now and say the Dolphins suck ass and we draft Peyton Manning's, the Manning kid, whatever the fuck his name was. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. The quarterback, right? And people are going to be like, Nick, you don't know ball. You forgot what his name is because I've been talking for an hour and a half on a stream. We draft him, right? 2 years from now is Caleb Douglas or Chris Bell, this elite receiver. I don't think so. I think they're good, and I hope they're good. Arch Manning. I'm better than every wide receiver 2, Diggs once said. I think he forgot about 15 guys. No, Diggs is way better than anyone will ever give him credit for. Way better than that. Diggs last year was coming off injury, put up 167 points. He put up 1,000 yards coming off injury, barely getting targets. I mean, not barely getting targets, but not being fully worked all the way in the whole season. I think Diggs is still pretty good. Now, the problem with Diggs is the mental thing, right? He's like a diva. He goes crazy. So that's why I think it's hard to be fully invested in Diggs. Now, for instance, if you're like the Falcons, it makes sense to have Diggs. Get a clear number 2 behind a guy like London. First time catching the live stream. What's up, Ian Wallace? How you doing, man? Or Ian Wallace, not I am Wallace. Ian Wallace. How you doing, man? Evans had a hamstring issue in 6 straight seasons. Seems to be with 413 touches. Killed off an Achilles. Pearsall is likely done. Volatility in the Niners. Core identity. It is sketchy. Yeah, the 49ers are always sketchy. That electrical substation is doing them dirty. It always does them dirty. Fuck, did someone take Dylan Sampson? Of course they did. Of course they did. So now in the range of like disgusting running backs, let's just go B-Rob. You know, what happens if Bijan gets hurt? B-Rob has a lot of value. What happens if Bijan stays healthy? B-Rob does nothing, you know? But we already have Saquon and Javonte to do the dirty work. For us. I fade CMC in the 49ers on principle. I'm an Italian and very good at holding a grudge. I'm also an Italian. As a Niner fan, I like that we have Debo back. I agree with you. I think that was a smart move by them. Diggs literally makes a bunch of quarterbacks worse because he's screaming at them midway through the first half. Was he doing that last year? I honestly don't remember. But yeah, he is a crazy guy. I don't think there's very many people that are like pro, hey, Diggs is like the greatest guy. Remember that video where it's like, which player on the Vikings would you not want to date your daughter? And like everyone said Diggs. That shit's so funny. All right. I'm starting to really like Tank Dell again. He's being ramped up. Tank Dell could be like a 16th round 0. And what I mean by that is like he could just do nothing all season, like never come back. And obviously his leg got messed up in that playoff game. I think Keenan Allen might go back to the Chargers, and then I'm going to really have to reevaluate everything I've said about the Chargers. Jerry Jeudy's interesting because, like, what if he gets traded to a better situation? That's what makes him interesting. Someone just took Dell ahead of us. Let's go Jeudy. Yeah, I do like Debo, to be honest, even if he doesn't produce like he once did, yeah. Yo, when's the mock with the fans? It's going to be the next one. So in, what round are we in? The 16th, in 5 minutes. I'm going to get the sleeper link. I'm going to post in the Discord that Spock just linked. I'm going to post in here as well, like just in the YouTube chat. You have a sleeper account, you can easily join. What pick do you like in a 10-team league? In a 10-team league, Ryan, I prefer 1, 2, 3, or 4 because then you can get either Bowers or Allen and not feel bad about it. Because I want elite onesies in 10-team leagues. Maybe not both Bowers and Josh Allen, but you get what I mean. In a 12-team league, I like being either 1 or 2 or in the back. I might make one of those videos like everyone's making them nowadays. Like, oh, man, let's do fucking tier rank our favorite picks list. I've never done it before. Everyone's done it. I might have to do it. What's it on? It's going to be on Sleeper. Sleeper's a website. Is it sleeper.app? Oh, sleeper.com. And it's also an app, the Sleeper app. If you, as long as you have an account on there, which takes like 6 seconds to make, I will link the draft and you just click on it and it brings you in there and then you just pick whichever pick you want to be. 12 of us will be in there. Me plus 11 of you. We'll do one mock draft. Last time people seemed to enjoy the mock drafts on there. Some people said they wanted more underdog drafts. So that's why we did 2 underdog drafts today. The sleeper drafts are much more relaxing because, you know, they're for nothing, right? It's just a mock draft. This is for $25. We could potentially win $2 million. Imagine if you guys witnessed me win $2 million, right? We just don't know it yet. We just give us both of them. You just don't know it yet. All right. Our receiver core is pretty fire, the first 4. And then the rest is sus. Our 2 running backs are fire. I like our quarterback duo, and I like our tight end duo. I feel pretty good. If Saquon and Javonte stay healthy, this team's going to be great. All right, so we're going to do another running back and another receiver to close things out here. I don't think we need another tight end. I just don't think we do. Okay, the running backs are just disgusting. Let's go receiver first. Let's go Boutte. Boutte has been really showing some fire in training camp. Obviously, they brought in Dobbs, so it's like a negative for him. So it's like, I'm not going to be like, oh, draft Boutte in your guys' redraft leagues. Like in best ball, you get like 2 games out of him as your 17th round pick. You feel good about it. Keenan Allen, it's interesting to see like if Keenan Allen comes back to the Chargers. Interesting to see if he just outright retires, where he goes. How old is Keenan now? Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is now 34. God damn. He old as hell. He is old as hell. All right, and then we're going to do running back. The end here. 14-team league tight end premium. Should I go double anchor RB at the 105? At the 105, I mean, I'm taking McCaffrey over JT. And then I would just see who falls to you. To me, in that kind of a league, 14-team league, don't take Josh Allen early. I'll tell you that right now. You don't need to take a quarterback early. Tight end premium, if Bowers somehow falls the second round, I'd definitely take him. Keenan Allen is still a stud at the age, and he's also an awesome singer. Trivia fact of the day, he finished like second on the Masked Singer a few years ago. I did not know that. How do you rank Colston Loveland? He's my tight end 3. He's my tight end 3. Anywhere in the late 3rd, early 4th is probably where he'll go in most leagues. Okay. And then we're going to take another running back here. Again, all the running backs in this range are just dust. So let's just do James Conner. Maybe he gets traded. Maybe James Conner gets traded and has value. Now, maybe you look back 3 weeks or the whole season ends and he's just on the team and he's buried. That's entirely possible. That is entirely possible. Kenneth Walker to Marion Hampton are going to be so good. I like Hampton. I'm not big on Kenneth Walker, but I don't know. I've never been a big Kenneth Walker guy. Would you draft a sorry ad receiver like Michael Crabtree? Any Leggett shares? I'll tell you right now, I don't think I have any Leggett. None. Now, Barzell is now hurt, or Brazel, whatever the fuck his name was. Brazzers himself. Brazel is hurt. So now, like, if you wanted to draft Leggett, it makes sense, right? Before, I thought he would be really buried on the team. Bowers usually goes, so wondering if I should take JSN or JT. You're too worried about CMC? Yeah, I mean, I get it's a 14-team league. I would go JSN. I feel like he's safer. But if you take JSN, you need to go running back in the second round. You have to. What do you think about Deebo Samuel signing with the 49ers? He's an interesting flex play. Off the top of my head, I don't know where I would rank him. I still have to do my rankings, like the full rankings to release, like for the draft guide. Like right now, I have him. Where do I have him? He's gonna be like wide receiver 80, yeah, but he's not gonna be wide receiver 80. He's like wide receiver 40, 43 off the top of my head. So like behind guys like Michael Pittman, Cortland Sutton, Wandale, and then you would like take him. 2023 was my first year playing fantasy. I drafted Keenan Allen in the second round. I think that dude was a beast. He was a beast. Keenan Allen's always been good. All reliable when healthy. I started playing fantasy in 2008 when I was 8 years old. My dad got me into it. What's up, the grind guy? How you doing? How you darn? Malik Willis, he's the GOAT. Okay, so we did our 2 underdog drafts. Make sure you guys do sign up to Underdog if you have not already. It's the best way to help me out. Unless you want to send me $100,000. Make sure you sign up on Underdog. It's a joke, obviously. Promo code Notorious. Click on the link in the video description. Get the gimme pick plus play 5. Get $50 in bonus entries. We're done on Underdog, though, for tonight. Just the best way to help me out. What's up, Keys? How you doing, my man? Hot take, Mahomes is the quarterback one this year. What about you? Man, in fantasy, I just don't see it because he's not going to be running as much because of his injury. I do still think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, though. Milk my Wallace. All right, so we're going to do a sleeper draft now where all of you guys can join. Well, technically not all of you because, there's only 11 other spots plus me. What if I had it, bro? It was a joke, obviously, K-Space. All right, so we're going to switch to sharing this screen. And we're going to do the same draft that we did yesterday. The same exact format. So it's going to be 12-team. We'll do a minute and a half because yesterday we did 60 seconds for the second half. 12-team, full PPR mock draft. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flexes, and bench. We're not worrying about kicker. We're not worried about defense. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're going to go from the 1 hole this time. Last time I think we did 3 and 9, so we'll do 1. Actually, we'll do 5 this time. We'll do 5. We'll go in the middle, like Malcolm. I'm going to almost just share the link to this fucking like stream. You guys could just join in. Okay, I'm gonna send the link in this chat and in the Discord. You can join, pick your draft slot, and we're gonna do 1 mock draft tonight on here. Boom. I sent the link in the chat, and I sent the link in the Discord. Make sure you guys are in the Discord, by the way. Link is in the video description. I'm gonna move myself to the bottom because for sleeper, not sleeper. For sleeper, it's easier to be at the bottom right. Wow, this shit fucking insta filled. Snap filled. God damn. God damn. Okay, and I gotta remove the chat from the screen too. Like, I just won't show your comments, but I can hit the other thing. Okay, we're gonna start. Bang. Bang, bang. What's up, Johnny and Ravi? Bang, bang. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year? I think the Rams are going to win, to be honest with you, but that's like the most basic take ever. That's the most basic take ever, but that's who I think will win. Fucking bastard took Christian McCaffrey out of me. Bastard. Yeah, so I think it's going to be the Rams, and if it's not the Rams, I mean, I love the Niners, man. I always love the Niners. You see that Travis Kelce clip? Dude looks chunky. I mean, he just got married, man. Cut him some slack. Thoughts on Travion? My favorite running back from the dead zone is Tootin or Scatterboo. My thought on Travion is Travion's really good, but I think you're going to see one more year of Ramondre Cuckenham. How much is the draft guide? So my draft guide is just, I don't have like some, developer team behind me. My friends Kevin and Mike help me make the ranking sheet. So it's just a sheet. It's going to be regular rankings, like a full 150, like your top 150. There's also a thing that we figured out last year, which like shows my rankings versus ADP on certain websites. And then it's just my positional rankings. It is $12.50 a month. So you could just sign up for 1 month and then just get rid of it if you wanted. It's on Patreon. And then, yes, I will be making more rankings videos. I'll probably drop running back or wide receiver rankings again, the top 40 updated like next week. Then probably do it again mid-August and then at the end of August. And then a quarterback video as well. But the quarterback and tight end, they never do as well. So I'll just do one video of that. Do you think Rashee Rice is a top 10 receiver? Yes. And do you think I feel like Chris Olave technically already broke out, but I do think Chris Olave will be like a fringe low-end wide receiver 1 to high-end wide receiver 2 most weeks. I love me some Travion. I love Travion too. I just hate the team that he's on. Do you think it matters that Marvis bricks for hands in training camp? Yes. I think it does. Cards and Fins Super Bowl, that would be hilarious. All right, we're back up here. We got Puka, and then we'll talk about the actual draft in a second because we haven't talked about the draft at all. McBride, AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown. I love Rashee Rice. At running back, we're kind of in a range where it's like I don't want Jeremiah Love, so there's no reason to take a running back here. Let's go AJ Brown. I know, week 1 of fucking AJ Brown, he was dust, but practice day 1, he was dust, but he's better now in day 2. What do you think about getting Malik? For the Dolphins, I think Malik's fine. Like, I'm happy because he's like a fun rushing quarterback, like the opposite of Tua. But in reality, I don't think he's winning my home league. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm in or not. Well, if one of your names is at the top, you're in. If not, people joined way too quickly, which is a good thing. It means, the people watching are locked in. Any thoughts on Debo now being back with San Francisco and goal line touchdowns from CMC? I'm going to be honest with you. That's like a galaxy brain thought. Like 2 years ago, yes. Now, I just don't think Debo's good enough to do that anymore. I love the team Henderson is on. Yeah, I mean, I do think Henderson's a good player. All right, sounds good. A hot take. If I take a receiver at the 1-2 turn in my redraft, I'm only considering Rashee Rice. I think that's fine. I think it's fine to consider Rashee Rice there. Breaking. Diggs just signed to whatever WNBA team Caitlin Clark plays on. The Indiana Fever. Shout out Caitlin Clark. Imagine Diggs in the WNBA. That'd be crazy. I'm feeling good about my team so far until we get into the 3rd round. There's no running backs. Dabgod loves just spreading all this fake news, even though it's quite funny. It's quite funny. He's definitely trolling. I appreciate the super chat. Guys, trust me, pick LeBron. He's going to play football. LeBron 10 years ago would have been a nasty tight end. How many WNBA teams can you guys name, by the way? I'm going to be honest. I think I can name 2. It's like the LA, is it the Sparks? And the Indiana Fever. Those are the only WNBA teams I can name. The only ones. Okay, so we're going to actually talk about the draft now. Team 1 goes Gibbs, Bowers, Walker. I don't love Walker, but in the 3rd round, it's acceptable. Stephanie Diggs. Bijan, Nico, Neighbors. I love that. I think Neighbors is going to be a 2nd round pick, if I'm being honest with you guys, by the time you actually draft. Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Jacobs. Love that start. McCaffrey, Rice, depending on who they go here, could be a very good start. McBride. Yeah, I think at some point, like, you just have to take McBride in the 3rd round, even though I'm not big on McBride. Now, we haven't taken Jeremiah Love a single time, and I'm so anti-Jeremiah Love. But, like, my boy Josh Jacobs went. Like, fuck it, dude. I'm taking Javonte. I'm really not a Jeremiah Love guy. I really think Jeremiah Love's going to be a bust this season. And I think you're going to think that, oh, he's that good, he's just going to be able to overcome it. And then it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. But again, like, I get why people are taking Jeremiah Love because of how good he is. AJ Brown has been dealing with a knee injury. I think he goes a bit too high. I'm not worried about him being hurt. Join up PC, got the notification saying I joined the draft on my phone and then didn't get in the draft. Yeah, Sleeper's trolling you. Sleeper trolled you. Think Malik Willis has the potential to be long-term solution? Yes, I do think so. Stephanie Diggs. MHG has a 6.8% lifetime drop rate. It is part of his game. That is true. Diggs would fit perfectly with the Divas. None. Only WNBA knows that Drake song. That's hilarious. Taking Bucky with your 3rd, right? I don't like Bucky, dude. I don't like Bucky this year. Not because I think Bucky's bad, but because I don't like the fact that they have so many running backs on the team. It would be like Juana Man, if you ever saw that movie. I've never seen that movie, but I'll look it up later. Sophia Cunningham could beat up Diggs. She could beat me up, honestly. I'd let her. I like Javonte pick right there. I do too. I love Javonte this year. Javonte is like the most boring pick ever because, like, Javonte is not going to be like a top 5 running back, but he could easily be a top 12 running back again. I heard you're really high in K9, loving Jacoby Myers. Yes, I am. You definitely. You doing another after this? Probably not, but maybe, depending on how fast this goes. Okay, Bowser, fire username, goes JSN, Derrick Henry, Kyron. Again, I like Kyron the player. I'm really worried about Blake Corum. And maybe this is just stupid, right? You fast forward 2 years from now to the end of the season, and like Blake Corum does nothing. That also won't surprise me. Breece Hall, Amon-Ra, George Pickens. I love the start. I don't like Breece. I love Lamb, Higgins, Chase Brown. Seedal swinging his nuts with the triple running back start. Again, I don't like Jeremiah Love, but at that value, it's amazing. James Cook, Saquon, Agbuka, like that. John goes Achan, D. London, Drake London, and Tet. Ravi goes Justin Jefferson, O'Marion, Hampton, Burden. Burden in the 3rd. That's a real alpha move, I'm not gonna lie. Or guys like Waddle and Adams, that's a big dick swing move. And John goes with my arch nemesis, Josh Allen, in the 4th round. At some point, though, you have to take Josh Allen. At some point, the fall is too far. I think in every one of these drafts we've done yesterday and today, Josh Allen has made it, I think, to the late 3rd or the early 4th in every single round. In your guys' home league, he's probably going to go, for most people, in like the late 2nd. Like the late 2nd. Ravi going with Bucky. Ravi loves Bucky Irving, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, I think Ravi drafted Bucky Irving last year, but I could be way off. Yeah, I could be sounding like an idiot right now. You doing another draft after this one? Maybe. I would say if you're waiting to get in the draft, you can just go to bed, right? If that's why you're watching. But like, I wouldn't lock in that I'm doing another draft. It just depends how long this one takes. Yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. Fact, Luther and Bucky are my boys. I know Rob's a Bucky guy. It's a big Bucky guy. All right, who the hell are we going to take next? Because we only have one running back, and like the running backs here get kind of gross. Lamar still available. Like in all these drafts, you're going to be seeing like a huge gap between Josh and like the QB2. I'm going Scat. I'm a Scat man. I love Scataboo, man. He's so fun to watch. I think he's a better pass catcher than we saw last year. I think Scataboo has top 5 potential. And he's going in the 4th round. The reason why he's going in the 4th round is because he's not the smartest guy and he's going to do stupid things. Would you give up fantasy football forever if it meant 3 guaranteed Dolphins Super Bowls in your lifetime? No. No, I wouldn't. And I have already fallen to the part where I just know we're never going to win one, and I'm okay with that. Actually, I'm not okay with that, but like I just have to act like I am, you know. Just have to act like everything's okay, man. The Dolphins will never win one, and that's just how I have to sleep at night. Scat top 5 is crazy. I'm not saying he's gonna be a top 5 running back. Like I'm not saying draft him that high, right? We're drafting him in the 4th round. He's a good player. Nick, say yes? No, I would not say yes. I would not say yes. I have to play fantasy football. That is our chance. Yeah, that probably is our only chance, right? Or I get one of those One Wish Willow thingies from Obsession. Get on the boat, Flores. Yeah, if Flores would have got on the fucking boat and got Tom Brady, we'd be all good. I wouldn't give up fantasy. I saw my team win 5, so yeah, fuck you, Ty, okay? Fuck you, buddy. I haven't even seen my team win a playoff game, okay? My favorite music artist, guess mine. Yours is Drake, obviously. Now, yours is Kendrick, of course. My favorite artist is either Drake or Post Malone. Okay, we're back up again. Tootin goes, so we're not going running back. We're not going running back here. Either receiver, tight ends. I mean, Warren is fine here. He's acceptable, but it's double flex, so we're going to go receiver. We took DJ Moore last time, and we're going to take DJ Moore again. I love DJ Moore. I know John was probably waiting for Josh Allen to come back his way. I mean, DJ Moore to come back his way, but that ain't happening with me. I'm a DJ Moore truther through and through. In the next 50 years, the Finns will win at least one Super Bowl. I'm going to be honest, I don't think so. Nick, what do you think about Jadarian Price, and where would you take him? I like the player Jadarian Price. I'm waiting until they figure out this Zach Charbonnet thing before I really have a strong take, because right now my take is I'm kind of nervous about him, and I'm kind of worried about it being a committee. But I feel like early on in the season, it will be a committee. And then by like week 5, he's just clearly the guy. And then Charbonnet kind of just ruins everything at the end of the season. He's probably going to be a good buy low candidate. Arch Manning will be a dynasty with the Dolphins. I hope so. You think Debo and Mike Evans can be top 15 receivers? If Mike Evans stays healthy, he could always be a top 12 receiver. The question is like, how are his hamstrings going to hold up? Nick is debating whether to leave the Dolphins for the Raiders. I'm never leaving the Dolphins, man. I could have left a long time ago. Never leaving. AJ Brown's a great pick. I agree. I love AJ Brown. And again, I said this in yesterday's stream. The way you guys draft is like we're never really going to see anything crazy. Yesterday, Rome went double tight end early, which was crazy. But besides that, like no one takes like egregiously bad picks, which you're just going to see in your home league. You're just going to see people taking the most dumb picks you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, make sure you guys are in the Discord. Spock links it. Make sure you guys are in there. We have over 300 members. One day we're going to have 1,000 of you guys in there. It's a fun place to hang out. Very fun. What do you think about the Browns? And what do you think? And who do you think will win the Super Bowl first, the Browns or the Finns? I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm going to be live when either the Browns or the Finns win the Super Bowl. And I think the Browns are going to be dreadful this year. Come to the dark side. All right. I'm contemplating hardcore. Who's going to fall to me? John goes to Dunze. Interesting. Going aggressive hero RB with Achan and a bunch of receivers. Interesting. 309 in the Discord right now. Nick can't leave the Finns. He has too much of following now. Yeah, if I abandon the Finns, people would notice. 309 in the Discord right now. Man, imagine like if you went back to last year and I told you through 5 rounds 2 quarterbacks would have went, you would be like, that's insane. That is insane. That's impossible, right? Whereas this year, that almost feels normal. I think in like the 6th round, you're going to see a lot of quarterbacks go in this draft. Because a lot of people are going to be like, do I want, basically exactly what just happened. Do I want Drake May or do I want Christian Watson or bdge? Like guys with more question marks. You just take Drake May, right? The Browns are going to win this year versus, oh yeah, they're definitely probably a high 1st round pick next year. I feel like drafting Josh in the 2nd or 3rd is a waste of a pick. There's so much quarterback value later. I agree. But in the 4th round, I start to think, what if just Josh Allen's just a free top 3 quarterback every single season. 805 here. The Discord is the cheat code for fantasy facts. I feel like Justin Jefferson is going to be a monster this year. Justin Jefferson, I'm not even kidding. I think in a lot of leagues, he's going to go in the second round. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are really, 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 really scared to draft him. Imagine next year Nick hops on live and he just Raiders gear everywhere. That'd be funny. Or if I just became like a Patriots fan or something, just being like a real bandwagon. Just became like a Rams fan or something. Whoever wins the Super Bowl, just buy a bunch of their shit and just hang it up. Christian Watson, Johnny sniping me, even though there's no way Watson's coming back my way. CDAL, like, literally is the high T running back strategy. Just drafted a million running backs. A zillion running backs. My question is, honestly, if you draft 4 running backs in the first 6 rounds, do you even draft another running back? Who's your favorite later round quarterback, Pelican? And the Browns probably had the best draft. The Browns always have a good draft, and then it just somehow never works. Richard and a limited fake news for Davcon. Come over, Nick. Yo, accept you the Pat station. No, I can never be a Patriots fan, man. I'm gonna be real. All right. We don't have any stat. Like, we don't have Chase, so we're not going to go Joe Burrow here. I like Tucker Kraft. I think he's going to be ready to go week 1. Fannin, I like too. Oh, man. We could get the Hurts AJ Brown stack from last year. I really like Hurts this year. I mean, I do like my teams better when I wait at quarterback. Like, Hurts literally could be the quarterback 1 pretty easily. Where to go, Hurts? We're going to go Hurts. Even though there's no actual correlation, I think that Hurts any given year could score 20 rushing touchdowns. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to just get so many free touchdowns. So many free touchdowns for Hurts. So many. Look at this. We got the best running backs in the NFC East. We got Javonte, Cam Scatterbo, and Jalen Hurts all on the same team. All on the same team. Like, until they ban the tush push, guys, Jalen Hurts is just free bread. Free bread. I do prefer normally just waiting on quarterback and getting one later. But if we do every single draft, you know, the mock draft where I wait on quarterback, you guys won't learn anything if I just do that every single time, right? So, shout out to everyone watching the stream. We got 109 live viewers on the tube right now. The YouTube, not the red one. Make sure you hit that like button. Raiders. OSU or Michigan? I don't like either of those teams, man. I am a Miami U fan. Didn't the Jets have a good offseason other than dumbass Gino? They always have a good offseason, too. They always do. Are you doing a second sleeper mock? Probably not, if I'm being honest with you. Probably not. Who's your favorite fantasy player of all time? Probably. Probably David Johnson, 2016 David Johnson. Vintage. I used to love Arian Foster. A lot of guys like. Gotta bring the timer down a bit. Yeah. You're right. Oh, I almost just switched it to a 10-team draft. That would have been hilarious. Like, it just kicks 2 of you guys out. We'll go 60 seconds. You're right, Rome. Not the red one. I'm dead. Oh, I do remember what I said now. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Ty is a Patriots fan. Fading Jefferson, Murray is trash. I mean, I get that. I think Murray's better than people give him credit for, but I also don't think he's great. Carson Beck is buns. I agree, he is. He fucked the U up last year. MTV The Challenge. Shout out to my boy, Aiden. He's obviously not watching. Shout out to him, though. All right. Let's go. Fuck, man. Do we want to draft a tight end here? Because I do like Fannin. I like Laporta. I feel like I need more receivers. The running backs are just so boring here. Like, Lemon is so boring. Like, this range at receiver is just so fucking boring, man. So boring. Let's go Fannin. Like, Fannin could easily just be the number 1 target on the Browns. Show. Go Pats. At least you're not a Jets fan, Nick. Yeah. Dad's a Jets fan. MTV The Challenge and Survivor. I want to be honest with you, the only time I ever watched Survivor was the season that Rome was on. I watched the whole time until Rome got eliminated, and then I stopped watching. Prime AB was a cheat code. Facts. AB was a beast, along with Prison Break and The Office. Ramondre, RJ Harvey. Interesting. Man, oh man. Anyone excited to watch Spider-Man this weekend? Any of you guys Spider-Man people? Fannin was tight end 2 in Yak. That makes him kind of appealing to me. Yeah, and also the fact that Njoku's gone. The problem though is just like the team is so bad. That's like the hardest part of buying into Fannin. Yeah, it's just that's really the only bad part is he's on the Browns, dude. The Browns disgust me, dude. The team. You are most definitely the most interesting person I know, and I mean that as a compliment. My wife and I watch your videos all the time. That is awesome. Quantum Weirdo. I appreciate you. Go Fins. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Ate a bunch of mushrooms and binge Survivor like 2 days in a row. I wanted to watch Spider-Man tomorrow, but all the good seats were taken. Yeah. I forgot to buy my tickets, and now my friends are all sitting together, and I'm just like in the cuck corner watching from the side on Sunday. I'm watching Spider-Man tomorrow. Nice. Fannin can explode this year. I agree. Rico. Yeah, dude, we didn't talk about Rico today. Man, the Steelers going. This might just be gross for fantasy with them splitting carries. Like, man, Rico and Jalen Warren. I really thought it was going to be Warren season. I was really starting to buy into Warren. Gainwell's gone. Maybe it's just this boring ass season again. Debo back on the Niners. Yeah, we talked about that before. I like Debo in fantasy. I'll probably have to go next week. Yeah. Why the hell does Gadsden still go this high? I don't know. Something about Gadsden just feels so wrong. He was so good last year too. It's just the Chargers having Njoku now just feels so wrong. Just feels so wrong. CD Al's build. That's my boyfriend. I actually like his team, to be honest with you. Very high T team. Drafting a million running backs. I mean, I actually hate the fact they drafted Garrett Wilson and JMO and Jeremiah Love and Kyle Pitts. Because like those are just guys that I don't like at all. And he drafted DK Metcalf too, who I hate. But I do respect it. I respect the 3 running backs off Jump Street. I love it. No one does that anymore. No one does robust running back. No one does it. Everyone now loves all the fucking receivers. Booty ain't going nowhere, I agree. MTV The Challenge, the greatest TV series of all time by far. Dude, someone... That's crazy. No, I do like the fact that he swings for like the fucking most alpha build ever of just drafting all his running backs. In reality, I don't like I would never draft a team like that, but it's interesting. It's not the cookie cutter team. Okay. The 8th round, which is time for the GOAT Jonathan Brooks to join the team. Will Jonathan Brooks be good? Who knows? Will he be able to stay healthy? Who knows? But I ain't drafting Chuba Hubbard. I'm drafting Jonathan Brooks. Johnny Bananas. Sounds like Chuba Rico type split for the Steelers and Warren. Yeah, I agree with you. Juice for the movie. It'll be cool to see Hulk actually Hulk out, especially after what they did to my boy in Endgame. You know what's stupid? That they don't make any Hulk movies. I remember as a kid, I fucking loved that Hulk movie, and it's not good. I watched it again like 4 years ago. It was not good at all. I used to love the Hulk, man. Why do they do that? I think it's because like Universal owns the Hulk or something like that. I wanted to go see Spider-Man, but I'm up north for work, and I don't want to solo it. The movie theater here has recliner sections of 2, and I don't know if I'm game for that. So far, my team is obviously the best in this draft. Obviously. I never go 2 receivers off Jump Street, but I think you're kind of forced into it if you're pick like 5. unless you're able to get obviously if you get McCaffrey, you can do it, but you don't have to do it. But in this scenario, like, am I really drafting? I don't love Kenneth Walker, so I'm not taking him in the second round. I don't love Jeremiah Love, so I like have to take a receiver. As far as independent Hulk films goes, that's why. Okay. Seems like Hulk's script is always to take L's in the movies. Yeah, that is true, actually. Okay, JCM just went. Fuck, I was thinking about taking JCM. Need more receivers, too. Jacoby Myers is so boring, dude. So boring of a pick. Let's just go Diggs. Just go Diggs and hope he signs on a team and it works. And you see a Gambit movie with Channing Tatum. I love Channing Tatum, dude. I can't wait for 23 Jump Street. Or 24 Jump Street, maybe they're going. They're also going with the typical mind control thing, but whatever, I'll take it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am not a huge superhero movie guy. I like Spider-Man. I've watched every Spider-Man movie. I like Batman. I've watched every Batman movie. You know what movie was terrible that I watched? Captain Marvel. That movie fucking sucked, dude. That movie was terrible. My favorite Channing Tatum movie is 21 Jump Street. It's actually Magic Mike. But yeah, that might have been one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And apparently Supergirl stinks. I need to watch Supergirl because I liked Superman, the new Superman. And the lady that plays Supergirl was in Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. This is the end. Yeah, I think this is my last draft, to be honest with you, because it's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. A lot of quarterbacks going, which makes sense. I mean, at some point, people have to take quarterbacks. Only Batman movie I've seen is the Robert Pattinson one. You haven't seen The Dark Knight? I actually love the third movie, the third Nolan one. That one's schmacks. Batman Begins is just okay. A lot of people love Batman Begins. Yeah, he has never seen the Christian Bale ones. Man, oh man. Michael Keaton. Shout out to the fantasy footballers. I love Michael Keaton. Oh man. Shout out to everyone watching the challenge. My friend who works on the challenge said that there's a UFC episode of the challenge later on in the season. Brother, do you think George Kittle will be good this year? Yes. Go watch The Dark Knight. Facts. Yeah, you got to watch those, man. Batman Begins is kind of mid in my opinion, but I've only ever seen that one once. I've seen the other ones like 5 times each. So maybe I'd like it more if I watched it again. It is a good setup movie. Ra's al Ghul is so cool. OG Batman is Adam West. That is some old school stuff. You have a friend who works on Challenge? Yeah, I do. Yeah, The Dark Knight is so fire. The one with Bane, the third one, is so sick too. People don't like that one. And if you don't know what's going to happen, it's even crazier. Like, I feel like Dark Knight is so easily, like, everyone just knows what happened. At least I did before I even watched it. It's like the old Star Wars movies. Like, you just know what's going to happen. Man, I fucking hate drafting a quarterback and a tight end early. It feels so disgusting, dude. It feels so disgusting. Batman Begins is mid. Are you crazy? Yeah. No, well, I guess, let me be honest. What did I rate it? I think I give it a 7 out of 10. So technically not mid. It's not like a 5 out of 10. It's like a 7 out of, it's like a C. It's nowhere near as good as Batman, The Dark Knight. Let me see what I rated it on Letterboxd. I'm a big Letterboxd guy. Big box guy in general. Batman Begins. I'll make my pick. Yeah, give it a 3.5. I think that's pretty fair. Dark Knight's a 5 out of 5. And the third one is a 9 out of 4.5 out of 5. Okay, we're back up. Okay, we're gonna go balance with running backs and receivers from here on out. There's no real good running back values at this point. So the smart pick is just to go receiver. Let's go Jaden Higgins. Again, I do really like the skill set of Jaden Higgins. I do worry that Tank Dell completely derails Jaden Higgins, but I wouldn't be ready to say that Tank Dell's, healthy enough to do that yet. Heath Ledger role gets glazed for some reason. You think that's too heavily glazed? I think Heath Ledger is incredible in that movie. My favorite Heath Ledger movie is technically The Dark Knight, but a sneaky Heath Ledger movie is the fucking Knight's Tale. If you've never seen The Knight's Tale, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I love A Knight's Tale. What a banger that is if you've never seen it. It's like it's more of like a younger kids movie, but I love that movie. For no good reason. You're trolling, bro. Can I see the movies you rate? Yeah, go on if you're on Letterboxd, you can follow me. It's just at Notorious FNTSY. Thomas Jr. or Parker, Harrison or Wilson. Wilson over Marv. And I got bdge over Parker Washington. Parker Washington's getting sucked from the back, though. Like, if you guys are reading what these people are saying about, like, Liam Cohen is saying about Parker Washington, you think Parker Washington's fucking, like, Megatron or something. Oh, yeah, I'm a big Brokeback. I love Brokeback Mountain, too. That's a great film. Supergirl is supposed to be garbage. I heard it was, too. But the biggest problem with, like, superhero movies is no one ever seems to ever be like, you know what, that movie was okay. It's always like, this is the greatest movie you've ever seen, or it's just terrible. That seems like kind of how they talk about it. A Knight's Tale is goated, facts. Knight's Tale is so good. I love just like the music in it. Okay. I thought you were trolling for a second. Okay. We got 3 spots left. We need more running backs and receivers. At some point, someone's got to take old man Aaron Jones. He could be the RB1 in the Vikings, and if Kyler is just remotely decent, they're going to get more shots to score than last year. Where does Neighbors now rank for you? Is my wide receiver 14. Have you ever seen Training Day? I have not. It's on my watch list. There's so many movies on my watch list. I've watched 92 movies this year. My watch list still has a zillion movies. The next one I want to see is Sheep Detective. I heard that one is so good. It's on Amazon. Jesus Christ. I just sneezed so loud. You like Training Day? I've never seen it. Thoughts on Ryan Evick's team? Amon-Ra, George Kittle, Brees Hall, Etienne, Tyler Warren, Jaden Daniels, RJ Harvey, Alec Pierce, Jackson Dart, Ricky Pearsall, Ferguson. I don't like Brees Hall and I don't like Etienne, but I think they're fine to draft. It's fine to draft Etienne the 4th. I would not have taken Dart when I already took Daniels, and Ricky Pearsall is obviously just a 0. Other than that, though, like Amon-Ra, Pickens starts amazing. If Brees Hall works, this team is really good. Just doesn't need Dart. Sheep Detective is on Amazon Prime, yeah. Training Day is great. Heath Ledger is the money version of Chris Farley. Training Day and A Bronx Tale. Sheep Detective was good. Yeah, I heard Sheep Detective was like low-key kind of sad, though. Crispin Glover and Willard is the closest thing to a superhero movie that I like. Willard. I gotta look that up. I've never seen that movie before. I saved a movie that Spock was talking about last year, and I still have to watch it. And he said it was funny. And I gotta find the name of it. I'm gonna find it right now. Because I do save the movies when you guys recommend them. Let's see. What was it called? It was called The Hidden. I believe this was a Spock recommendation. The Hidden. Have you ever seen A Bronx Tale? I don't think so. But I do know A Bronx Tale is good. Brokeback Mountain or Bruno? I don't think I've ever seen Bruno. Shrek 2 is the greatest anime movie of all time. Nah, that's Cars, bro. Cars 1? That's a heater. I love Cars. I Am Speed. Man, oh man. Oh, John's the guy who took fucking Jordan Mason. Sharbs, Pacheco. I like that. Yeah, again, no one has really done anything that crazy. Like that what we've kind of come accustomed to at this point of doing these mock drafts, that no one's gonna be egregiously bad at drafting. Jefferson or CD from the 110? I prefer CD. I prefer CD, and I prefer to come back and get like Barkley, Chase Brown, or HM. Cars 1 is valid. Yeah, Cars 1 is so good. I remember I was like, how old was I when Cars 4 came out? Me and like 3 of my friends went to go see that. Cars is such a banger. They got to make Cars 5. Shrek is funny. Did you watch the World Cup? Yes. I did watch the World Cup. Did I watch every game? No. But I did watch. I probably watched more games than the normal American, is what I would say. But, you know, like the people that are real into soccer, like my dad watches every game. I'm not into it like that. Okay, we need another receiver and another running back. Yeah, let's just go Naylor, man. Let's just see if he becomes the Raiders wide receiver 1. Who are you rooting for in the World Cup? My allegiance goes with Italy, but Italy was not in it, so I rooted for America and Norway. That would be my ranking. So, like, if they're all playing, I root for Italy the most, second most USA, third most Norway. So this year I was pulling for USA and Norway. Shout out to my boy Holland. Hey, Nick, been wanting to ask you this. I'm in a 14-team full PPR keeper league, and Chase Brown's my third-round keeper. What positional players should be my first and second rounders? I picked 14, so I have a long post. No problem. Man, Chase Brown is your third-round keeper. Okay, so in a 14-team league, don't worry about your quarterback or your tight end. Take them later. I would just be taking best player available. Knowing you already have Chase Brown, you could be more ambitious taking receiver early. Running backs dry up quickly in a 14-team league. So since you already have Chase Brown in the third, I would be looking to get one running back and one receiver in the first and second round so that you have 2 running backs coming out. Again, value dependent, right? I wouldn't take some, you know, just because I said that, I wouldn't reach for like Breece Hall, who I don't really like, when you could get a better receiver. That's just kind of my strategy. And it is to avoid quarterback and tight end in 14-team leagues. I just don't think it's very, very smart. I like Hampton too. Rooting for my people, Mexico, tragic. Yeah, Mexico was a bit of a tragic finish there. A bit tragic. All right. Yeah, we're definitely getting off after this one. We've been streaming for 2 hours. And yeah, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay. Let me see who I technically have ranked higher, Chase Brown or Barkley or Hampton. I have Chase Brown 7, Barkley 8, Hampton 10. It's a toss up though. If we're being like honest, like nitpick wise, like it's hard to super nitpick. Tom Brady in the 13th. What a fucking steal. What a steal. 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs. We need a running back. Let's go Dylan Sampson. What's a reason why you're high on A-Chain besides being a Dolphins fan? He's really good. He has elite hands. We don't have any receivers. The offense runs through A-Chain. He's going to get a lot of dump offs, a lot of receptions. The Dolphins sucked last year, and A-Chain was amazing. That's my take on him. You know when you got to sneeze and then it goes away? That's what just happened to me, and then I sneeze again. At cost, Burden, Odunze, or Loveland? Loveland, probably. Chat, a girl asked me out. That's great, bro. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the input. That's what I've been looking for. I've been taking Saquon, AJ Brown. I like that. Like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Factual. What the fuck, Chuckleberry? Gibbs or Bijan? I like Bijan. So do you have A-Chain over Chase Brown? Yeah. I have it A-Chain, Chase Brown, Barkley, Genty, Hampton, Henry in tier 3. So my top 11 running backs are Bijan, Gibbs, McCaffrey, JT, James Cook, Devon Achane, Chase Brown, Saquon, Genty, Hampton, Henry. RB12 is Walker, but he's in lower tier. All right, so we're to recap everyone's teams here. First team, Gibbs, Bowers, Ken Walker, Zay Flowers, Terry McLaurin, Tony Pollard, Herbert, QJ, Downs, Worthy, Rodriguez, Dell, Goff. Now, I don't like Worthy, and I'll make that very abundant. I don't like Worthy this year, but there's a very high upside team. I don't like Walker either, but this is a good team. It's a very good team. Even if I don't love the players, I like how it was built. Bijan, I like most of the players. I just don't really like Walker or Worthy, but Worthy's like a 10th round pick, so you can't even really dock anything for that. Bijan, Nico, Neighbors, Judkins, Lamar, bdge, Marv, Kittle, Hubbard, Woody, Debo, Cooper, Hawk. Wouldn't have drafted Hawk. Would have went with like Goddard or someone else, but I do like that team. I love Neighbors in the third. I think he's a great value. I like this team a lot. Third team from Queen. Jamar, Chris Olave, Josh Jacobs, Colt Loveland, Toot. I mean, this is just like first 5 rounds. This is like a 10 out of 10. I love Michael Wilson. I don't know if I could take him in the 6th round, more of like a 7th round pick, but I do get it. Kyle Monungai, Dak, Wandale. I love this team. This team's amazing. But no need to draft Goddard or Trevor, in my opinion. McCaffrey, Rice, McBride, Adams, Monty, Burrow. Getting Brady is a steal. That definitely upset. Parker, Washington, Addison. I don't like Addison. Otherwise, pretty good. My team, Puka, A.J. Brown, Javonte, Scattaboo, DJ Moore, Hurts, Fannin, Jonathan Brooks, Diggs, Higgins, Aaron Jones, Naylor, Sampson. The reason why I took Sampson at the end is if something happens to Judkins, I think he's actually pretty talented. And if you had to start him in a pickle, he catches enough passes to where he could be okay. That's really it. But I do like my team a lot. I will say this isn't the best team I've ever drafted because I don't love going quarterback and tight end this early. But I do think it was good all intents. Like, based on how I drafted the team, I think it's pretty good. JSN, Henry, Kyron, Devontae, Mike Evans, Kraft, Mondre Pittman, Caleb. This team's amazing too. This team's really good. I wish you didn't take Evans and you took like Carnell Tate or something instead. I would like him more. Amon-Ra, George Pickens, Breece Hall, ETN, Warren, Jane Daniels. This team, first 6 picks, straight up schmack. No need to take Ferguson or Dart. That lowers the grade. CeeDee Lamb, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, Waddle, Henderson, Price, Laporta. This is like the kind of team that I'm looking to construct normally, which is like late round quarterback, late round tight end. Very good. C-Dow just went straight up alpha running back early again. I don't like the players that he picked, but I do respect it. Palizzi, James Cook, Saquon Igbuka, Ladd, Cardell Tate. First fucking 5 picks, knocks it out of the park. Dobbins, who I love, just too early on him. Warren is fine in the 7th round. I don't like Godwin, but overall, pretty good team. Johnny went Achane, Drake London, Tet, Allen, Adunze, Watson, Kincaid. Too early on Kincaid, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about Kincaid. I think the talent's there, but like, is he ever going to really be the guy? Is Kincaid ever going to really have that big season? The rest of the team is very good, though. And Tebow, of course, gets you an extra nod. Justin Jefferson, O'Marion Hampton, Luther Burden, Bucky Irving, Jordan Tyson, Drake May, Rico, Cortland Sutton, Gadsden, Reed, Hunter Henry, Tajay Spears, Ayuk. Ayuk is just an elite steal at the end of the draft. Ravi typically drafts so opposite to how I think. Last year, I completely shit on him in the video for drafting Zay Flowers. I was just so wrong. Zay Flowers was pretty good last year. So Ravi might just know more ball than I do. That might just be the case. Did you see the Odyssey? Yes. I thought it was a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. I did not say the Odyssey was mid. Where does Debo, does he move higher on Purdy? It wouldn't have changed my opinion too much on Purdy. Like, Dak, T-Law, and Purdy, I just like them all pretty equally. I guess I'd rank them Dak, T-Law, Purdy, but I like them all. None of my league mates do draft prep. Yeah. Anyone that, like, when we do these mock drafts, it's not like you, like, sure, some of you guys may have never watched the stream before. That's, like, a lot of people that watch the stream are new people. What I will tell you is, in your home league, people are going to do crazy shit. Right? Whereas in these drafts, it's like a bunch of sane people drafting together, right? Not a bunch of crazy people. So while I might not love certain players, like for instance, like I talk about, I don't like Breece Hall. But Breece Hall is going to go in the 3rd round, okay? That's not like a crazy pick. Chili Con, Carnell Tate. Clip that. Don't clip that. And do you think Isaiah Likely has a lot of upside? Yes. I don't know why, but Zay Flowers is always on my avoid list. It's because he doesn't score a touchdown. Are these real drafts or mocks? This was a mock draft The 2 underdog drafts I did were real. Yeah. Should Stafford be drafted as low as he was? I mean, yes and no. Like, for instance, in my 1 quarterback league, do I want to be relying on Stafford every single week? Maybe. He threw 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I don't think he's thrown 46 touchdowns again, right? I think regression is coming his way. But he's like in your Superflex league, like Matthew Stafford's, I'm ecstatic for him to be my quarterback too. Do I want him to be my QB1? Not necessarily, when you could just get like Lawrence around earlier. You know what I'm saying? Where do you have Herbert ranked in comparison to Dak? I would have Herbert over Dak. Like Dak and Herbert are in like the quarterback 7-8 range. Thank you guys all so much for watching the stream. I appreciate you. Love you long time. Shout out to everyone that was in this draft. Shout out to anyone that was drafting on Underdog with me. I'll probably ask closer to draft day. What is the earliest I should draft Drake May? Quarterbacks this season are not going as early as they used to. Now, that could be different in your home league. The earliest you could draft Drake May is the 5th round, in my opinion, because I don't see a reason to take him in the 4th round. I just don't think he's going to go that high. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out, Brian. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to all 76 of you guys watching the stream right now. I think we hit like 120 earlier. We had 150 in there yesterday, so I appreciate you. See you, Veronica. I hope you guys have a good one. And I got a mod, Veronica. Let me do that right now. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. All right. Everyone is now modded. Have a good one. Love you a long time. Have a good night. And make sure you guys are in the Discord. I'm going to link it. Let's link it here. Boom. Have a good one. I'll see you guys. What's tomorrow? Saturday? Or tomorrow's Friday. Don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, but I might. So I hope you guys have a good one. See you guys soon. Peace out. Good boy. Nick, you are a hung stud. I wish. Goodbye.